Warning. The Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful.
Funny things that you think's funny aren't funny.
Give me cocks all the time. I want cocks all over me.
The Alan Cox Show kicks ass, man.
Welcome.
Show me what you got.
You're not going to see a lot of cocks on TV.
Alan Cox from the Alan Cox Show.
I don't know what it's about you, but I can't even stand your voice.
I think you're the biggest asshole alive.
It's going to be a great show.
Let's kick it. I'll say kick it, and you'll just kick it with a tasty groove, okay? 1, 2, 3, kick it. Kick it. Come on. God damn it. Could you one time kick it? What the?
Alan Cox.
Here we go. He'll ad-lib. He'll be fine.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome. Greetings and all that. Hi. My name is Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. Say hi to Rob Anthony.
Hello there.
Right over there. Jess is back in Studio G. And if you would like to join us, please do. Comedian Ryan Hamilton is going to be on the show later on. Love talking to him. His brand new hour is on Netflix. It's called This Just Hit Me. Very funny. Anytime he joins the show, I always love catching up with him. He's usually out touring with Seinfeld or Nate Bargatze, but his new hour is over on Netflix. And so we'll chat with him in a bit.
Is he on the phone or is he coming in?
On the phone.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Yup. I texted him. I said, hey, man, you want to talk about the Netflix thing? And he said, yes. So that's what we were going to do. Money as well. Last handful of days for that. Giving away this $250K all summer, so $2,500. You get two keywords with us, 2:30 and 5:30 for that. On the phones, 216-578-1007 if you want to join us live. 800-348-1007. Send me a text. That number is 35192. There are already people in the chat over on the Alan Cox Show YouTube channel. Hey, listen, I like people who are prepared. What were you always taught when you were younger, right? Or maybe when you were a young adult and you were beginning to go on your first job interviews. My dad always told me, and a lot of dads told a lot of people, if you're 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Now, I don't know what the hell that means, but I know that I despise tardiness as a result, and I'm always ahead of time, Rob.
Well, then you would love Eric in Penn Hills today because he started the show, the chat 5 minutes before the show started with, how do you expect me to feed a family of 5 on one tiny roll of sausage?
Well, that's the eternal question, isn't it? There's, why are we here? And then right below that, how do you expect to feed a family of 5?
On one tiny roll of sausage.
12-ounce roll of sausage. I can't do it. 35192 to text. Alan, happy Heath Wave week. I assume you mean heat wave. Although Heath is my favorite candy bar, so maybe you know something that I don't know. Also, Alan, did you see that Japan is currently playing Brazil for the World Cup? I did see that. You know why I saw that, Rob? Because when I was preparing this program, there is added pressure, not only because we lost many, not here locally, we lost a couple of our colleagues here at iHeart Cleveland, but company-wide last week, I don't have to tell you, and maybe people know by now, the corporate axe swung far and wide in this company last week. Just when you think they can't cut anymore, they do. Now, we remain gainfully employed here at iHeart Cleveland. We live to fight another day. But we're basically, we've got, of course, Corey Roddick is on before us now.
Yep.
Our friend Dan Stansberry, no longer with us. But by the way, he's going to be fine. Stansberry kills it, whatever he does. And our friend Tony McGinty, who was here for many years as well. So those guys are gone. But you can't be WMMS without Corey Roddick, Rover's Morning Glory. And dare I say now, Rob, I've put in my 16 years, the Alan Cox Show.
That's right.
And I was reading this morning in one of these broadcast trade magazines that I saw that afternoon drive is the big new day part.
The new hotness.
Yeah. I'm like, what are you? First of all, as far as like priorities go at a radio station, it's always been number 2, right? It's morning drive and then afternoon drive and then everything else beyond that. So What are they talking about? I don't understand.
That article was confusing. No doubt about that.
Yeah, they were like, well, the actual thing was that Afternoon Drive is radio's most committed audience. I don't know if they mean that mentally or psychologically or whatever, but that PM Drive shows are, I don't know, they garner a larger portion of the audience or whatever it is. I've been fortunate in the course of my career to pretty much just work drive time. I mean, my very first job was working nights. I got hired in Kalamazoo, Michigan. 8 to midnight was the shift. And but I only did that I would do like weekend overnights when I first got into it. You know, I'd go out to the suburbs and do like Saturday or Sunday overnights. Did that for about a year. Got hired in Kalamazoo to do nights. That only lasted about 6 months because the afternoon guy at the time went psycho and something happened. So I got to afternoons pretty quickly, and then I've done mornings and afternoons ever since. So I never had to do like full-time overnights or any of that nonsense. So I've been fortunate in that way. But Rob, look at us.
Look at us.
Oh, come on. Sure, we've got some survivor's guilt, but that's always going to happen in this business, right? We get that 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh, yeah.
We really get to practice that a lot.
This was a tough one for sure.
It was a tough one
and
because
it was wide, like
the
you
company
said.
got rid of a lot of people. I don't know how they do it, but they always find a way to do it.
Well, my former region back in New England, I mean, dude, they went, like, there was one person left in a lot of these buildings, like one person doing everything.
They got gutted.
And they got fired.
Yeah.
So there are completely empty buildings just with piped in programming and stuff coming in from other markets. And I mean, I guess at the end of the day, when you look at the way things went here, we're almost fortunate, right? Because Dan worked for Cleveland via a dotted line from Canton.
Yes.
As did Tony, right? So they were eliminated from Canton.
But he was killing it in Canton.
And killing it here.
Yeah.
So it was like it sucks so much because, yeah, like to everybody, it's who you hear every day. To a lot of people, it's a colleague, but to us, it's a friend, right?
Yeah.
So you just got another, it's a tough pill to swallow.
Well, and, you know, you do too. I always get blown up by friends of mine in the business who are like, are you okay? Are you safe? I'm like, yeah, as for today, yeah. Live to fight another day, you know, but a lot of my former colleagues, just like yours in other cities, are gone, and, you know, they're kind of sanguine about it, but what are you going to do? Sooner or later, Rob, the tap on the shoulder comes for all of us.
Well, it just wasn't our card to get pulled.
Not today.
Yeah. We live to see another day.
And you know why? Because according to this article, Rob, Afternoon Drive is the new hotness.
I thought it was because
new hotness.
Very few people could do 20 minutes on Napoleon's penis, and I think that's where we separate ourselves from the pack, Alan.
Listen, that is where this show remains a unicorn, all right? People say, what do you do? I said, I'll tell you what I do. Me and a couple other people do 20 minutes on Napoleon's penis. How do you like that? And they go, is that a euphemism? No. I'm talking about Napoleon Bonaparte's bony part. That's what I'm talking about. And so, what, you going to get rid of that? Come on.
Look at this. There's no way.
That's why I definitely want to write my own post-mortem in this business when it's all over. Is, you know, the show, the popular show, whatever, known primarily for historical genitalia. That's what I want. You know how niche-y podcasts get, right? Whatever dumb F-level crap you can conceive of, there's somebody talking into a microphone about it on a podcast. And so I think when it's all over here, Rob, we're going to do a podcast on historical genitalia.
Sounds like a category on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
This famous penis.
This genre.
This popular genre. This 6-letter genre. This genre.
Historical penises. It's a daily double. Henry VIII's eighth wife called his tallywhacker this. And it's just Final Jeopardy.
This historical penis would have a very small mustache.
That's right. Well, although I said historical genitalia, so there can be like old vagina questions in there too.
Yes.
Right? Catherine of Avincourt called her breasts these. And they're like, Mutton Jeff, Pierre, Lionel, I don't know.
Let's make it a true daily double.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Marie Antoinette lost her head, but kept her vulva. It's now in a museum in Stockholm. That's right. All right, anywho, I've got to take a break. Hey, I'll have that, and we're off. I've got that money for you, $2,500. You won't have to answer question 1 to get that. Your slice of the $250K we're giving away this summer. That is on the way. 35192. You want to text the show for anything else, and we'll be back.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app or whatever smart device you have. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio.
AC not working?
Just call sales. Just call.
216-578-1007 if you want to join us live, or 800-348-1007. Send me a text. 35192 is that number. Watch on the YouTube channel. Listen on the iHeartRadio app. Guardians end up taking 2 or 3 over the weekend against Ken Griffey Jr. and the Seattle Mariners. The final last night, 6-5. Here at home, they continue the homestand against the Tejas Rangers tonight. It's a hot week, boy, but a good week for baseball because even though it's hot, I think it's relatively devoid of precipitation except through the weekend when, of course, the Chicago White Sox come to town. Rob?
Who?
Then it is telling. As much as I'm a booster for my home team, I cannot get angry at people who give me a hard time over the White Sox for a variety of reasons, right? People were sending me a video of Jim Thome hitting dingers for the Indians or whatever, and I would just respond with, and despite all that, he still went back to Chicago. But I keep getting emails about how, hey, we got plenty of tickets for this coming weekend from, like, internal emails, right? Normally tough to get.
Well, that's until you try to get them.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I sent I got that email, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will head in on the 4th. I don't ever do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll come back and I'll watch the Guardians game.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, I have a pair of tickets. Everything is gone by the pigs. They scoop everything up first, and then we get the stuff that's left.
Well,
the
okay.
Scraps.
I guess I didn't. I guess my thought is I have to admit that White Sox in Cleveland probably aren't a huge draw. You know what I mean?
It's the 4th of July.
We've talked about this. Like, Cubs fans travel, right? When the Cubs play the Guardians on, like, the home opener or whatever, there's a lot of people walking around in Cubs gear. Last couple of seasons, opening day was like White Sox Guardians. It was me and one other dude walking around in White Sox gear at the park. So I have to obviously admit that. Anyway, it's a 4-game series this weekend against the White Sox, but they will start up tonight against the Rangers. Is there a big dude on the Rangers right now? That's one of those teams I just don't really pay attention to.
There's every team in
Texas
baseball
Rangers
has some huge players right now. Yeah. That's the thing about Major League Baseball at this point. Like, every team, they're not all stacked, but every team has huge marquee names. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't know who the current guy is. Corey Seager? Oh, Josh Young.
Oh, yeah.
I did see a guy in a Young jersey in our building a couple of weeks ago. It was a Texas Rangers jersey, completely random. They weren't in town or anything like that. And it said Young on the back, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Like Carl Jung? I don't know. Maybe it's Jung. And I had to Google the guy because I was like, who's this? Third baseman for the Texas Rangers.
Jacob deGrom's a huge name.
Okay.
One of their pitchers.
All
so,
right.
There's a lot of guys on that team that are well known.
Well, there you go.
But again, that's everywhere you look now. Every team in baseball, there's some form of depth. I mean, there's so many great players. And they all play for the Dodgers.
Yeah, right.
Goddamn all-star team.
7:10 tonight on your FM home for Cleveland Guardians baseball. 100.7 WMMS. The Buzzard. And in a couple of days, you'll be pivoting your promo code if you're going to get some stuff at CLE Clothing Company today and tomorrow. Last couple of days to use Pride for the month of June. Once we hit July, you will pivot to Birthday all through the month of July. 15% off at CLE Clothing Company. If you're one of their stores, you can do it. If you're online, you can do it too. It has smelled like leftover pizza in this room for 2 weeks. Is that you?
That's right. Today's me.
No. It has smelled like that for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I keep, like, this garbage in here. You'd never really know it, but it is emptied every night. And it's just us and Mark Nolan and Jem Pachana who share the studio. And for the past couple of weeks I come in here, it was driving me bananas because I'm like, is there something in the walls? Or it just smelled like, the faintest waft of, like, when you get back into your car the day after you went to pick up pizza?
Yep.
And there's kind of that lingering, that's what it smelled like in here.
Yeah, I smell like Angelo's right now. Today's Caitlin's birthday, my oldest. 19, happy birthday, Caitlin.
Congratulations. And she wanted pizza.
So last night we went out to dinner, and today she wanted pizza. So
she wanted pizza, and you opted for Angelo's.
I did the whole what's the best pizza place in Cleveland thing. And everybody has an opinion. They hear Angelo's more often than not. I've never tried it. Charlie from Rover's Morning Glory, huge fan, told me that's where I had to go. So we did. It was perfectly fine, good
All right.
pizza.
There you go.
But I smell like a pizza shop right now, and I hate that more than anything in the world. So at least it's been around for a while and not just today, because today you can blame me.
Well, no, it has been, and it smells exactly the same. So it's not even like you're bringing in anything new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just smells exactly the same.
What if I smell like leftover pizza and don't know it? Like nobody wants
Like
to
your
tell
nose
me.
blind to it? You
Right.
know?
Yeah,
Just tell them it's your new deodorant.
My scent.
Pepperoni and anchovy.
Yeah. What's that smell? It's just Rob. He just smells like an old
It's
pizza
just
place.
Old Spice deep dish.
Yeah, he just smells like a pizza place. Just leave him.
Friendly, attractive female servers. We ain't got 'em. Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium.
Now, years ago, of course, when Bill Squire and I owned Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium, that would consistently win in Cleveland scene's worst pizza. Well, I should say we won the very bottom spot, Rob, when they would rank pizzas. And I have to think that it had to do with our customer service, which I'm doing this. I couldn't be there every day. You have to trust your management and trying to make sure they're doing things the right way.
What's the secret to our delicious pizza? Simple. It's just microwaved Lunchables. Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium.
That got us in trouble, too. I don't mind telling you, because there were some legal issues. We didn't know we couldn't do that, you know? But ignorance is no excuse if you're getting yourself into legal issues.
Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium. You tell us what you want to eat, and we make it for you. Oh!
Oh!
And it's fun when they glitch, too.
Yeah.
That's a good time. Jess, how was it? Did you get your marathon Akron gig all worked out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. Did it go off without the proverbial hitch?
It was fine. It just rained.
It rained. Okay.
It was raining, yeah.
We were on the edge of our seats. All three of us were on the edge of our seats trying to figure out when Jess had to be in Akron on Saturday morning.
Oh, yeah.
For the marathon. What'd you think I was talking about?
Oh, I don't know how it went.
Monday.
What is happening already?
Monday.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Huh?
This is a Jess level event.
Elapsed time, 29 minutes and 26 seconds.
Oh, and I realized I didn't plug my little light in. That's why it looks so dark.
Listen, so you made it there on time? Your band was playing the Akron Marathon on Saturday morning, and we were talking end of last week. You had to get there really early, but even you didn't seem to know what was going on. But I think
had no idea.
You had it in an email, you said.
Yeah,
You
and
just
then
did,
my email wouldn't open, so
Right.
then I was kind of guessing. I was like, oh, I'll figure it out. It's
you,
fine.
you couldn't text one of the other band members?
Oh, what a good
yeah.
idea. Yeah, I
Yeah,
could have done that.
Should have done that.
No, but aren't you guys, I have to assume you were in some kind of group chat.
Yeah. we
Yeah.
were.
You didn't text anybody. Hey, when are we on tomorrow?
No.
How did you, so what would you have done had your email not opened?
Oh, I just would have, I don't know, maybe showed up extra early and just sat in the parking lot.
Right, but why wouldn't you have texted them?
I guess I should have.
But why wouldn't that, you're not, listen.
Maybe I would have called them.
You're a
I don't
smart
know.
girl. Rob, you're a smart girl. Why wouldn't you have thought, like, you know.
I made it there.
Yeah. On time?
Yeah.
When did the gig start?
We started playing at 7.
Yeah, that's tough, man. 7 o'clock.
And it
you
was
got to be
really
high
cold.
energy. It was cold, sure.
Yeah.
Was it raining when you started?
No.
Was the stage to have any kind of awning or like a cover on it or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't open air.
But the funny
Open air,
part
but
was
you were
it was
covered.
only a mile run marathon thing.
Well, that's what we talked about. I said that here on the show,
Sure
Jess.
did.
That wasn't even in the email. We were talking about it once I Googled it, and I go, oh, it's a mile. And you said, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but we're playing, and then you just hear the loudspeaker announcing 4-minute,
Right,
4.5
yes.
minute mile
Yep.
run. And I was like, it's over?
So you guys are just kind of, you were like playing as kind of background, but then when people were finished, you were continuing to play for them.
Yeah.
You were like end of the race entertainment, but you got going before that.
My favorite part was this drunk lady at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
She comes up, she's like, hey, play Brown Eyed Girl. And I'm like, no, we're not that good.
We're not that good. Oh, that had to make the rest of the band feel good. This is Sushi Roll or the other band?
Other band.
What's the other band called?
It's called Reality Check.
Reality Check. Now, is everything spelled properly or is there like a fun little spelling?
I think it's spelled correctly, but I
Okay,
don't know
you're
how
asking the
spelled,
wrong
so-
person.
It's not it's not CHEK or anything like that, or TEE, reality check or anything like that. There's no umlauts or anything over the letters.
Don't.
I'm just asking.
Umlauts.
REAITLY.
Mm-hmm.
CHECK.
She's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Ding.
Is the reality check that you guys can't play anything people request? Oh,
No, I bet we could have played it, but.
So she's drunk at 9 a.m., which, by the way, no shade. There's nothing wrong with being drunk at 9 a.m. on marathon day.
Oh, I used to get drunk at 9 a.m.
You know.
Yeah, I
Now
know.
you have, that's probably a
But she was
negative kind of trigger
celebrating.
for you. but-
Mine was negative.
Right. Well, it's all celebratory until it's not. You know, if you keep going, it begins in a very celebratory fashion. You know this. And then slowly it goes in a different way.
Oh, yeah, but they were dancing. They were busting a move.
How long was your set?
We played till 10.
So you're done by 10 a.m.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I drove home, took a nap, then I worked like a 10-hour shift.
I was going to say you come home, probably crash out a little bit.
I slept for 45 minutes because I had to go.
But did you have, were people digging what you guys were doing?
Yeah.
Or were you just kind of in the background?
It wasn't too crazy because, it was cold and kind of rainy and people just kind of wanted to go home.
Yep.
But I don't blame
So you're
them.
just putting in your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just another day.
Right. But load in takes time, load out takes time. You know, you might play for a few hours, but
Right.
or do you just pack your crap and you split?
You know, with this band, they're so nice. They're like, I'm like, what do you guys need me to do? And they're like, okay, you can just leave. Just grab your microphone and go.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
That was the worst part about being a drummer, is it took forever to break down, Rob. You know, the guitar player, grab his amp, put his guitar in the case, and grab a couple of chords. You're like, see you when I see ya. I'm like breaking down my crap. The chick's all left with the other guys. I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys later.
Can't wait till our next gig.
Insurrectable. Here's money for you. First of two keywords today. Second coming around 5:30. It is $2,500 from the $250K we're giving away this summer. Last week to grab some of this money in these keywords, so make them count. Good luck.
Now's your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Travel. That's travel. Enter it now.
WMMS.com.
I liked I think a lot of people were making the same joke, but I did like it. 2,000-year-old man turns 100. Mel Brooks turned 100 years old yesterday. Way back in the day when he and Carl Reiner were a thing. Carl Reiner passed away, I think, a couple of years ago. But they did this classic bit they did was called the 2,000-year-old man. It was very much of its time. It's nothing that now, if people resurrected it, would, I think, make people do more than chuckle. But it killed back in the day. And Mel Brooks played well, they told you what it was. He was the 2,000-year-old man, right? That's what it was. And then Carl Reiner would interview him. He'd be like, "Hi, when I was a boy." I mean, it was, it was this comedy sketch that it was a massive, massive thing for them. Mel Brooks was a guy who was a couple millennia old, and Carl Reiner was a guy who would interview him. There wasn't much more to it than that, but it was, well written. And Mel Brooks turned 100 yesterday, and so there were a lot of retrospectives. There were a lot of celebratory comments. And listen, even if the guy cacks out tomorrow, we had him for 100 years.
Yeah, he made 100.
He's joined a very. Did Carl Reiner hit 100? I know Norman Lear did.
I feel like he was short.
Carl Reiner was 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if COVID got him, but it didn't help. He died in the summer of 2020. So he was almost 100. And obviously, and unfortunately, his son is gone now too. But Mel Brooks, still alive. And so, the American Film Institute said, Blazing Saddles is the funniest movie of all time. And there might be people who wouldn't disagree with that.
It's a funny movie. Definitely a funny movie. I don't know if it's the funniest movie ever made.
Now, here's a question, and you can't predict the future, but if you don't get a lot of points if you have Mel Brooks in a celebrity death pool at this point. But let me ask you this. Will he make it to see the Spaceballs, the new Spaceballs film open?
Yes.
Next April.
No. No, I think
he's in it. Will it be a posthumous performance from Mel Brooks.
But I would guess, knowing Mel Brooks and the way that, well, not personally, but knowing Mel Brooks' comedy, I guarantee you there are 2 different versions of his parts as, what the hell was not
Yogurt.
Yogurt. I guarantee.
What do you mean 2 different versions?
I think he shot something if he's living, and I think he shot something if he's dead. I think
Really?
I think there has to be a joke in it that he is dead,
Oh,
but in the movie,
yeah.
right? Like there has to be something of him from the grave talking through the movie.
I see. That's smart.
There has to be an Easter egg of some sort. He's so brilliant in that way with stuff. I guarantee there's 2 separate versions.
If you get a minute, by the way, I know a lot of people are like going over these films, The Producers and Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein and all that. But I watched the Martin Short documentary over the weekend.
I started it too.
Yeah, I had started it, and then I got about 20 minutes in, and so I finished it. And I forgot about Jiminy Glick. I always forget about Jiminy
So
Glick.
funny.
It is very funny because it's Martin Short. In anybody else's hands, it would probably really, if you pardon the pun, be really ham-handed comedy. But him talking to Mel Brooks when he's like, "What's your big problem with the Nazis?" Mel Brooks is like legitimately taken aback, you know.
Well, it's the way he would ask basically any question, right? It just the getting those people. I mean, his whole mission was to get them to break.
It is funny, though, how many classic films are not available to stream. Like, you can't stream Young Frankenstein anywhere. Olds like me have it on DVD and box sets and things like that. If you get Turner Classic Movies, I'm sure that they'll show it over there. But, yeah, next April is the new Spaceballs. And as I was watching some of these retrospectives yesterday, I was like, I wonder if he's going to be around for that. Because he won't be 101 yet, but he'll be getting damn close.
Yeah, the odds will play that he won't be, right? Every minute is borrowed time once you hit a certain age. But, yeah, I think either way there's going to be a nod in the film.
Yeah. Alan Jess's band should be called Reality Check. CZECH.
What? What does that spell?
Short for check. Like
CHEZ?
CZECH.
Czech Republic, Jess.
Czechia. It used to be Czechoslovakia. Czechia.
Yeah, I'm Czechoslovakian.
Are you? See,
And
that's what I'm
still
saying.
Didn't get it.
Nope. I think I am, though. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Hutchinson isn't.
Oh, it's very
Czech.
Czech. It's a very Czech
That's
name.
probably Scottish. What's your dad?
Have
you
German, maybe?
Other than Steakless, what's your dad?
His name is Jeff.
Jeff. That's his first name.
That's it.
Right.
I think German.
Okay. Hutchinson sounds like it might be. Well, who knows? I would think you might, since it's your name.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like 50 different things.
Rob, do you know what you are? You're
yes,
Portuguese and Italian and
yeah.
right. Just doesn't know.
No, I did tell you the one time with my sisters doing their DNA test,
Mhm.
one of them was Italian and one was not.
Okay, yeah.
But we do have the same parents.
What was your mother's maiden name?
Rispin.
And how Rispon?
No, Rispin.
Rispin. Okay. What is that?
No
Dude.
clue.
Really?
No idea.
She doesn't know what the living parent is.
Yeah, right.
All
I'll
right.
call my grandma up.
All right.
See what she says.
Yeah. Well,
That actually sounded
Grandma,
better.
okay?
Grandma misdialed the phone.
Hello, is this Jessica?
Grandma?
Oh my God, who are you?
Grandma, what's our ethnicity?
What are you calling me? Were you calling for bunion chips?
Bunion chips.
Bunion tips.
Oh.
Who's the dummy on the phone with you?
It's a prank caller.
Hello.
Grandma, stop trying to buy that cat off Facebook. It's not real.
I already bought it. Bought it with my own money. What are you calling me for? Hey, did you get my birthday card?
My God, this is like a real conversation I had with her like last week.
Did you get my birthday card? I taped 3 quarters into it.
Grandma, what's our ethnicity?
What, say that again?
Ethnicity.
What's the word?
I don't know how to spell it, Grandma.
No, say it.
It's not a spelling bee.
Ethnicity.
Ethnicity. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, we're part Canadian, and we're part Scottish Highlands, probably.
Did you say we were Pennsylvania Dutch, too?
That's not an ethnicity. It's in the United States.
It's a
Dutch
geographical location.
Dutch is. Well, my granddaughter didn't do so well in geography. That's why she doesn't
Grandma,
know
this
how
is what
the
you
Earth
told
rotates around the sun. What?
You told me this. Oh,
Told
I'm
you?
Hungarian. My dad told me.
That's why I cook with so much paprika.
Other side of the family, not you.
Oh, well, I like their food.
It's okay, Grandma.
Yes.
It's getting confused.
Yeah, Hungarian. All right. From Hungary. Anyway, how are you? Are you okay otherwise?
Yeah, Grandma.
All right, how are your bunions?
Hurts.
You gonna get them shaved off, or what? All right.
What an ad-libber.
Yeah.
All right, listen. It's okay. We found out. Hungarian.
I say our ethnicity, Grandma.
Meat.
Huh?
Paprika. Meat. Paprika. Hungarians. There you go. The diet of an average puma.
Yeah,
Yum.
I forgot. Hungarian.
Goulash. Okay.
And like cucumbers, right?
Oh.
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. All right, I've got to take a break here. 35192 if you want to send a text. You can watch on our YouTube channel, listen on the iHeart Radio app.
The Alan Cox Show
on 100.7 WMMS.
Studios.com. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Buzzard Radio is WMMS Cleveland, an iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Call the Alan Cox Show.
Alan Cox is the worst drive time personality I've ever heard.
216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
Yeah, I had an attitude.
35192. Want to send me a text. AlanCoxShow.com. For everything else, email there if you like. If you listen on the iHeartRadio app. From out of state, tell me where. I like to know where people are. Sasha listens in Portland, Oregon. Mike's out in Seattle. Marshall listens in Butte, Montana. For a while, Marshall would check in with us. He was the guy who had founded the Butte, Montana chapter of the Satanic Church. And I think it was many years later, he kind of did a complete 180 on that. I think maybe he had found himself in a different part of his life, and I think he might have found a woman or something like that, because he would call us years later and be like, oh, he gave himself over to the Lord or something. I don't know. But it was good while it lasted up there in Butte, Montana. But let me know where you are if you listen there. Guardians will begin the series tonight here at home against the Rangers. That's 3 games before they get into 4 of them over the holiday weekend against the White Sox at Progressive Field. Rangers, Guardians tonight. 7:10 is your first pitch, so 6:40 pregame, all your coverage there. White Sox and Guardians essentially tied for first in the AL Central. The Mariners ended up only winning 1 this past weekend against the Guardians. And I was reading an article that they set the franchise record for offensive futility against the Guardians. That's not really a record. I didn't go dive any deeper than that, but that's not really a record you want to be setting, I think. And I think Josh Naylor plays for the Mariners now, doesn't he? Didn't we get rid of Josh Naylor and send him to Seattle?
Oh, yeah. They got into it a little bit over the weekend.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, there was some scrapping.
Oh.
Yeah, he got beamed. And
ex-teammates who were maybe maybe they didn't get along so well when they were both in the same team.
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure that Josh Naylor was a beloved guy here in Cleveland now that you see some stuff after he's gone. He kind of leaned into one yesterday. He got beamed. He sort of put his arm up. He started running his mouth on his way to first, and then people were barking back and forth, and it was Austin Hedges said something along the lines of "nobody likes you, go F yourself" type of thing.
Wow, so they really got into it.
It was a lot of it was just sort of yelling across the field at each other. It was certainly contentious.
Well, I don't like that. I like the esprit de corps to be in good shape, like everybody be getting along.
I don't. It adds to the fun.
I know. Well, in the wake of the downtown Heinens, this has kind of been universally panned, I guess. Business is going to do what it does, and it's not really Heinen's fault if they go, man, we just can't keep this downtown store open, right? It's a huge spot. We ran it for 11 years. It was great. We tried as long as we could. It didn't strike me as something where they were just dying to get out of downtown Cleveland, but it's, they're just, I think they always, in the interest of bringing business downtown and commerce in general, I think they always overestimate the number of people who are actively living downtown or engaging in downtown retail. And so they refer to it as a shock closing. I think that means for us. Obviously, the Heinens people weren't shocked. But now everybody is trying to figure out what's going to go in there next. It's a very opulent building. It was a big, big deal when they put Heinen's in there because, that was an old bank building, I think, or something. And at the time, it was a very big symbol of what they were trying to make this downtown renaissance, right? Selfishly, for our purposes, it's pretty rad to have a Heinen's a couple of blocks away. Now, Rob, when I want to get my fresh produce, I'm going to have to go next door to the CVS. And they don't have the papayas I like.
No. Always out. They're always
out of papayas.
Yeah. And everything else.
I found a mango, but it was locked up. I go find a guy. Hey, can you unlock this mango for me?
I'm sorry. I don't have that key, sir.
What the hell's a mango? They got their beef jerky locked up at the CVS. And so they are shutting it down. And we've probably all seen the memes. You know, they take the picture there to Euclid and East 9th, and it's a Spirit Halloween, or it's something else. It's a Dave's.
Yeah.
Which was my grocery store when I lived in Ohio City.
Someone put Huntington Bank Field on it. And I thought the Huntington Bank idea was funny, but to put Huntington Bank Field on it, I struggled with understanding what they meant.
Yeah, but especially since the next slide was the inside of the football arena, but with that rotunda dome over it.
Right.
I was like, oh, I see what they're doing. But
I got what they were going
That's
for.
silly, yeah.
It was silly.
It's silly. Guys, if I've told you once, I've told you a million times, all right? Try to keep your memes realistic.
Doy. Doy.
That's really the hook if you're engaging in content online, is to keep it realistic. That's what really people are thirsting for. So, 10 years ago, the Heinens people were like, hey, man, because that was before they were planning to get ahead of what was planned to be a population boom down here. And granted, more people do live down here than did 11 years ago, but again, like restaurants and grocery stores, those margins are razor thin. So now they're, Justin Bibb, the mayor of Cleveland, posted a thing about how terrible this was and blah, blah, blah. So it seems like there are some heads being put together to try to determine what a legitimate replacement for that would be. I thought there have to be, by the way, and I don't know anything about anything, there have to be conversations with the Heinens people like, how can we make this work?
Oh, without question.
Yeah, they have to
Give
be
you a
talking
tax
to that
break, something.
Right, something.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it's a scare thing, too. Yeah, we're pulling out. We're done. Well, wait a minute. What if we do this? All right, we'll stay. You never know, man. Any of that stuff is possible, I suppose. Because they're, through the end of the year, right?
Well, yeah. No, July 31st. End of next month.
Didn't it say they had to be out by the end of the year, though? I read something that
maybe
they're going to cease operation, but I think they have to be out by the end of the year.
Yeah, but what's the point of closing and then they're going to keep the fruit in there? And
I don't know. Yeah. I'm just saying what the
you
article
got to
said.
have your strawberries out by December 31st.
All of your perishables.
Do you think their stuff's going to be on clearance?
That's a good question, bro.
I think
everything must go in there,
I think most times in cases like that, they just take things to other stores.
I think they do, yeah. But again, it's not, post-pandemic, it's not unforeseen, right? You got to drag people kicking and screaming back into the office. When they opened this huge Sherwin-Williams downtown, I know people who work for Sherwin-Williams, they were none too pleased that they had to go back to the office. And you can understand why. There are a lot of people in those kinds of jobs. Obviously, if you're working at Heinen's, that's not a job you could do remotely. But they said that they were going to try to transfer people who wanted to other stores. But with that, given whatever an employee's situation is, if they were driving downtown from the east side before, and then they were like, well, I know you're on the east side, but you can stay employed if you want to go work at the Heinen's in Bay Village, that's a hell of a drive, right? And so you had fewer people working downtown post-pandemic. In the Trump economy, everything costs more. That includes food. They got jacked up a little bit. You remember when the Black Lives Matter riots were going on in downtown Cleveland a few years back? They got messed up a little bit.
That's also been a marquee building in a bunch of the movies that have been filmed down here. That's all. They always use that intersection. That was in the Avengers. It was in Superman a few times. That building is used all the time. It's a cool building.
I mean, I was talking to somebody who lives next door who didn't shop at that Heinen's. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't know.
I was down there a lot. I'd go there quite often, yeah.
Just because you could kind of take your walkabout and go over there, right? I'd go over, I'd hit the hot bar, Rob. I would get my curry chicken, no rice. And they were always very, very kind.
And I enjoy a good grocery store stroll. So sometimes even if I wasn't shopping, I'd go peruse the aisles in the middle of the summer when it was hot as balls outside.
Listen, you go in there, right? They had Mitchell's ice cream.
Yeah.
They had chocolate chip cookies the size of Frisbees. And when I was running low on blueberries, I'd go over there.
Yep. I'd stroll through the meat section.
Did you see the dude who stuck all the meat down his pants in Florida?
Sure did.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
That's how you know that with all of it, local news is like looking for kicker stories. They're like, and a guy trying to steal steak in a grocery store. I don't know if this is a Publix or what it was, but they got the guy flat on camera. You know, he's opening up his trainers or his breakaway pants or whatever, and he's sticking meat down in there.
On camera, shoving a pair of steaks down his pants. Take a look.
He came over here, looked around to see if anybody was looking, and he shoved it in his pants.
Who does that? The owner
Who
says
does that, Frank?
Frank,
who does that?
Jesus.
Really? But also, like, you'd have to, like, crab walk your way out of this. There's cameras everywhere, so they get the dude. He's got a bucket hat on. I mean, you're not working with your best and brightest here. But how are you going to get out? He did, and then somebody caught him, and
he wasn't even, like,
he ran off. They don't even
it.
have him. What's that?
He wasn't even nonchalant about it.
No, he was fully chalant.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah.
And brisket into his pants, and somehow he even had room for a bottle of wine.
Eating good tonight.
Employees confronted the man in the parking lot and were able to get the stolen.
Now, if he had been a lady, Rob, he could have gotten away with the bottle of wine.
That's right.
They would have never found it.
Nope. Got a carrier for that.
She seemed to be trailing a red liquid as she was walking. It seems that the cap had come undone. She got herself some, what was that one from last week where the lady stuck a bottle up there? Cupcake Valley or something?
Yeah.
Cupcake bottle wine?
I just love that this guy went for the brisket. I mean, if you're gonna try to smuggle meat out of a store, I mean, go small, right? Grab some fillets or a package of steak, maybe.
He's just thinking
But
bigger
brisket,
is better.
this guy's right out of the. Yeah, but that's not an easy piece of meat to smuggle.
305. Write that one down.
I've been dealing with that my whole life.
Yeah. No, but also, like, you know, I guess if you're in there, you're like, well, I'm going to steal something. I'm going to make it a brisket.
Yep.
4th of July's coming up. You're just thinking of the grill. Could he try to make the case that he had, that his pants had a built-in smoker?
Yes.
And he was just preparing for the weekend.
Oh, I was going to pay. I just hadn't gone out to the front yet.
Yep.
Try to do a whole tenderloin.
What do you do with them?
I know, you can't resell those. No, you cannot. But they say the shoplifter ran off before police arrived. The owner says he understands groceries are more expensive right now, but regardless, it's never okay to steal. Police are still looking for.
By the way, the reason that he grabbed that brisket is because the restaurant, or the grocery store, was called Kosher Kingdom. So it was probably a bottle of Manischewitz, and that's very sweet wine.
Yeah.
You know, so who knows? Maybe he was holding an impromptu Seder, and he just didn't have the funds.
Sir, is that a tenderloin in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? That's actually a tenderloin in my pocket.
And it's becoming tenderer by the moment. It is 107 in Florida right now. And
Smoking itself.
Yeah. So the guy sticks brisket down his pants, and here's the owner of Kosher Kingdom.
Big pants. I think they're like made for stealing, you know? He has them blocked at the bottom so it doesn't go through. Came over here, looked around to see if anybody was looking, and he shoved it in his pants. He ended up going across the street to Publix. One of my employees was on break and saw all the rest of the stuff that he had.
Brisket,
wine, called the cops, and we got everything back. He ran off after we got the stuff back. By the time the cops got there, he was gone. But they have a good description. They have the video, and I'm sure he's on foot somewhere.
I mean, everybody in Florida's on foot somewhere. So this guy, do you think that could be a new selling point for those kind of breakaway pants? Is like that guy theorized there. Those pants were huge. They looked made for stealing.
Yep.
Hey, you gonna lift a brisket this weekend? You gonna 5-finger discount some tenderloins? Get our pants. Our Dockers. Or whatever. Nike shoplift pants.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Al.
What's going on, Bill?
What's up, buddy?
Good. How are you guys doing? Good?
Hanging in.
All right. Here's my personal reason why Heinen's failed downtown is there's no place to park. It's a noted high-end, high-price grocery store, and it's hard to get to. If you live on West 25th, you're going to Giant Eagle at West 117th. It's 10 minutes away.
Yeah, but not everybody has. I mean, I take your point, and you are right, and those are things that contribute. But I mean, they validated people's parking. So if you could park, you could get it taken care of. But again, more, we were talking about this last week, more it comes down to the fact that, like, if you're counting on people downtown to shop there, they're going to shop for what they can carry. And that ain't much. Especially when things are as expensive as they are now in the Trump economy.
Right, but you can park, you go to the Bay Village Heinens, you can park right next to the door. You don't have to get it stamped or nothing, blah, blah, blah. So, and people are living downtown. My kids live downtown. Their rents are $1,500 a month. That's after tax.
Good for you.
No, I know. They'll rent you. That's the thing with all this new construction down here. They're like, we've got all these people living downtown. I'm like, yeah, you can rent a closet for $1,500 a month, but not everyone wants to do that.
But that's a lot of money. People don't realize, you know, you make $70,000. That's after tax. After that, car payments. The rents are flying up downtown.
Yeah, I think people understand how bills work, Bill.
I know, but people don't realize when you go into Heinen's and pound of grapes are $8.99 because they're cotton candy or whatever.
That's why you pull out half of the bag of grapes, you set them down, you buy the other half by weight.
I can't sacrifice my health, Al. I did want to ask you. Heinen's opened one in Chicago, their first time ever in Rossdale. Does that sound familiar?
Well, they've had them open in the couple of very affluent suburbs for probably 10 years in Barrington So but again, that's no big gamble for them to put stores in like high income suburbs, right?
Right. That was my question. This was the first time Heinen's ever put something where the medium income is way down there. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a grocer these days. That's all I got to say. Put an Aldi's in there, by the way. That'd be great. Everybody loves Aldi's. You're in, you're out.
Could you imagine an Aldi's in this opulent? I mean, sometimes that's what you're left to do. But thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Put an Aldi's in there.
You can hear the podcast promos for this guy's take on finance. Tune in to the iHeartRadio app for Bill on Bills.
Yeah.
This week, he'll look deep into rent rising in Cleveland.
Bill squared. Yeah, no, they have them in our Chicago listeners. They have them in Glenview and Naperville and I think Barrington. So that, they dip their toe into those, high-end suburbs. But again, listen, end of the day, I give them credit for opening this place down here because everybody's like, we need a grocery store. And there were always naysayers, and obviously they were ahead of the curve, and they knew, well, it was good while it lasted. This was eventually always going to be the end, or how that was going to turn out over there. But they got almost a dozen years in there, so that's not nothing. Hey, you want to go to this Afterburn Festival? It's mid-August. If you joined us for Buzzard Fest a few years ago, this is where this is going to happen. And you can be there. I got a couple of 2-day passes for you, August 14th and 15th. At Victory Park in North Ridgeville. These guys are playing Blackstone Cherry, Drowning Pool, Hooba Stank, Puddle of Mud, Third Eye Blind, and Skillet are your headliners. And we got a 4-pack of VIP tickets. That is at WMMS.com, so register for that. All the details are there, too. I will get you in. A couple of 2-day passes, GA, for the Afterburn Music Festival, mid-August. Good luck, caller 10. Get my first pair this week. 216-578-1007. 800-348-1007.
It's the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever smart device. Surprisingly gross. Come find your people. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Our Skin, and listen now.
Flowers wilt. Loved ones pass. Memories fade. But this thing just seems to go on forever. The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Man, I don't want to beat a potentially delicious horse, Rob, but us joking about doing a podcast on historical genitalia sounds less and less weird when we're playing promos for a podcast about skincare through history.
Yep.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
She goes, tune into Our Skin. And I thought, oh, this is maybe a podcast about people from different cultures, or like maybe she's an indigenous woman and that. Nope.
No, and these dopes think it's a good idea to promote that stuff on a rock radio station.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying that.
I am.
You know I have a regimen.
Come on, dude.
You know I have a regimen, Rob, and so do you. You're on record. You're no longer wiping your face or washing your face with the same bar of soap you're washing your ass with.
Nope.
That's all good.
I did change my face
I would just never
wash,
do a show about it.
An hour-long podcast a week on skin.
Good for them. It's the history of dermatology.
That's unbelievable.
Good for them.
Unbelievable. That's why
in the morning, if my face is a little puffy.
That's why you thought what?
Well, the Bill on Bills thing wasn't
Bill on
a
Bills.
complete
I'm
stretch.
telling you, the barriers to entry are nil.
In the morning, if my face is a little puffy, I'll put on an ice pack while doing my stomach crunches.
Nah, you know it.
You know where it goes from here.
I had a guy in here this morning they're walking through. He didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like a podcaster from Seattle who was in town, and somebody was showing him around here, and he wanted to see the studio. And I go, this is how I do it in the broadcast world or whatever. And I was trying to engage the guy, and I'm like, oh, what do you use? What equipment do you use? He had no idea.
I have a microphone.
Well, that was the thing. I go, oh, okay, well.
I talk into this thing, and it goes into my MacBook.
Listen, everyone can have a voice. The more, the merrier. There's nothing wrong with it. That was a wild turn as I'm listening to that promo, and we're ready to come back on the air and do our thing here. And I just thought that Our Skin was maybe about, well, like I said, I thought maybe it was about different cultures. No. Skincare. Nevertheless, hey, listen, that's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Sure is.
I think that's a situation of like the tail wagging the dog, where you go, you know what we're going to make here in Lancome revenue? Whatever it is. Hey, let's do a skincare podcast.
Yeah, but how does that get a promo? That's the stuff that I wonder with these guys in charge.
I assume they're spinning a wheel because it's, I don't know.
The stuff that we promote is unbelievable to me.
But they don't need to promote shows that already have a ton of people. I assume they're kind of taking the also-rans and go, hey, check this out. And that's fine. Listen, go check it out. I don't know. I wouldn't know about these unless I heard these promos. I'm not, going on an app and going, any skincare podcast?
We run 807,000 of those a day. I don't know why they wouldn't be specific to who they think they're targeted toward.
You never know.
I mean,
I'm a dude, Rob. I'm a red, despite what some of my comments might make some of our terrified, poorly hung male listeners think. What I'm saying is, I'm a red-blooded American man. I'm as masked as they come, Rob, and I have an extensive skincare regimen. That's why I'm 55 and I look 17, Rob. You can say it. You can say it. I look like a terribly weathered 17-year-old kid.
Really?
But I have skin like a baby's bottom because, So,
because of the skincare podcast.
Well, I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't going to dip in and see what they're doing. Now, I don't have any autoimmune conditions. You know, our friend Poundcake, Cody Allen Helpful Brown, he has eczema or something like that, and a lot of people do, boy. Judging from the number of pharmaceutical commercials I've seen about everyone has some kind of skin condition based on what I'm seeing. So I'm gently poking them, but that might be something that people would dig. I don't know. It's just not what I thought it was. But there's room for all of us, Rob. It's a big tent.
Yeah.
Well, there's room for all of us except for a few hundred of our former colleagues.
Yeah, especially as the tent gets smaller.
Nevertheless,
I should get on board. I sit here and I'm like, well, why would they play that? I should just shut up, man. It didn't pull my card this time. I keep talking smack about the skincare product. Maybe next time it's me.
Yeah, right.
He didn't like our podcast promos. He can go.
And, glass half empty, doing your own skincare podcast will then be off the table.
Well, not necessarily.
That's becoming a crowded field.
Anybody can get podcasts up on the iHeartRadio app. Always free, sometimes working.
Eric in Penn Hills. Alan, devotion to accuracy, it's Aldi, not all D's. Well, that doesn't make the nuts joke work, does it, Eric? You're
Nope.
right, but it doesn't make the nuts joke work. You can't go, Aldi nuts. That amazing, amazing joke.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go.
That everybody wants people to make.
Aldi's nuts.
Cotton Balls says, how do we miss the risk it for the brisket? Pun. The guy jamming the brisket at the Kosher Kingdom in Aventura, Florida. Just jamming the whole thing right down the front. And good Lord Almighty, I hope that guy was wearing skivvies. Rob, you imagine? Granted, the meat is wrapped, but was his meat wrapped?
Well, the thing is, at the end of that...
You don't want sausage to brisket contact?
Well, the end of that, the guy was like, yeah, we were able to recover all of our items. Well, do you want that back?
Yeah, what
Like,
are
write
you gonna
that
do
off.
with it?
Like,
Might
at
as
that
well
point,
just give
just
it to
write
him.
it off. Like, it's his. You don't want that after it's been against the other meat. Meat on meat contact.
They're gonna put it back on the shelf for like 50% off.
Hey,
Next to your steaks.
Is this ready to is this ready to expire? No. It was down a guy's pants.
Oh, all right. Did it ever leave the cellophane? That's possible. It's possible. We're not sure.
Why is it warm?
Talking to comedian Ryan Hamilton here in a few minutes. His new hour just dropped on Netflix on my birthday. It's called This Just Hit Me. And if you have joined us before when Ryan has been here, he's one of my favorites. He's very, very nice, very funny about when he was hit by a bus. And he's extrapolated that story, and it is unbelievable, this new hour. Brian hit me up a lot, Rob. You know, Lionel Richie had to cancel a bunch of shows because on the tour opener, Lionel Richie going out there with Earth, Wind, and Fire, and on the very first night, they were in Minneapolis. We played you some of the video. He had to sit down. He was feeling dizzy, not good. Canceled a handful of subsequent shows. He was supposed to do Chicago on Saturday or Columbus or something. Chicago Friday, Columbus Saturday. Postponed both of those. So in lieu of him performing, I guess Brian took it upon himself to perform.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You are the sun, you are the rain that make this life such a foolish game. I need to know that I love you so. And again, you are the sun, you are the rain.
Was he just reading the lyrics? Like, had he ever heard that song before?
Well, he was like throwing the lyrics around.
It was just
right?
very loose.
Yeah.
Worked very loose with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, he was, because the lyrics are not in that order, right?
No, and they weren't, like it wasn't following the cadence of the song.
Right. But that's how he makes things his own.
Yeah.
You are the sun, you are the rain that make this life such a foolish game. I need to know that I love you so. And again, you are the sun, you are the rain.
Yeah, remember the song, though?
Of course,
It's
that's
called-
why I'm saying it didn't sound like...
What was the song called? It wasn't You Are. It's just called You Are, right?
You Are.
Yeah, that was his first solo album. Motown, when he was fronting the Commodores, Motown goes, hey, you know what we should do? Just to have it, we should do a solo album with you, and then we'll put it on the back burner. And then, of course, they didn't do that. And so I think by the time he announced, because if you've done a solo album for safety, you're going to leave your band. You're going to be like, well, let's see what here. And he had a bunch of hits off that first record. 1982. His ex-wife, I think, put out a statement before he did. She's like, he's fine. Why is his ex-wife posting?
I don't know.
Thanks for your concern, everyone. Lionel is okay. She hated that dude because she caught him at his side piece's apartment back in the day. Maybe, I have to imagine, though, 40 years hence, they're probably on better situation. I always forget, by the way, that he is Joel Madden's father-in-law. Because Joel Madden married, what's her name?
Yeah.
Nicole Richie?
Nicole Richie.
Yeah. And Benji Madden's married to Cameron Diaz. Lionel Richie is not Benji Madden's father-in-law. I saw those guys at Sonic Temple. They were better than I thought they'd be. Good Charlotte. I was never a fan, but they did a good job. Let me talk to Ryan Hamilton.
More than 6, but fewer than 10 minutes. With somebody on the phone.
You know Ryan Hamilton, he has joined us when he's in town. He's in here. Sometimes he'll do hilarity. Sometimes he'll be doing theaters with Jerry Seinfeld. He's been doing arenas with Nate Bargatze. What's up, man?
How are you, buddy? Not too much. Good to talk to you.
You too, man. I always like catching up with you. I have to tell you, and this is purely coincidental, but last Tuesday was my birthday, Ryan, and what better gift could I have gotten than to watch the new Ryan Hamilton special there on Netflix?
Well, this is a long time coming. I planned it that way. I've been owing you a nice birthday gift for a long time.
Yeah, right. This just hit me as Ryan's new hour on Netflix. And, for those of us who are steeped in Hamiltonian lore, the bus story is a great story, but it's told so beautifully in this hour that I wonder if you have to, there's probably a part of your brain where you're like, well, I'm going to talk about this for people who aren't hip to it, but also like always finding new ways to weave your way through it too.
Absolutely. Yeah, it never ends, and a big complicated piece like that, it was interesting. I'd never had anything like that. So navigating it, I was even adding stuff really, that there were parts in there where I have to get this in the story. I don't have it developed yet. So some of those jokes are just a couple weeks old. The part about holding the hand in front of my face, which is probably the darkest part of that whole thing.
Cast my mind back. You're in Jerry Seinfeld's orbit. I know you do a lot of shows with him, and so you're familiar with Larry Miller, longtime comedian and actor. And I just remember it in my earliest days of doing stand-up when I really didn't know anything about anything. I went to see Larry Miller at the old Chicago Improv. It was like New Year's Eve, 1991, and he spent his hour telling a story. And that's so hard to, this. It's so hard to do because there's a more than any other joke, obviously, there's the ebb and the flow and the pacing, and you got to have, you got jokes per minute and all that through the course of a story. When it's done the way you did it and the way he did it, it's just beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it is a thing. It's like I think people don't understand that. It's often I get people come up to me after the show and go, "Did you make that up, or did that actually happen?"
Yeah,
because they don't understand that it's so much more difficult to create something out of the blue than that would be, and that is hard enough just to mine the material from your life into that. But yeah, I'd never had a piece that long before. It is challenging, but there were so many aspects to it, and I always kind of feel like once you get some momentum, that momentum's so valuable. Let's keep that going and see what we can do with it.
Well, also to me, it really separates the people like you who really know what they're doing. And, we're kind of awash now in people's stories. And a lot of people think that just the act of telling a story makes it inherently funny. And obviously, for your purposes, there has to be another level to it. But it really is kind of a study in how to tell a story. I mean, that's oversimplifying it. But like to your point in people going, hey, did you make that up? And kind of what a weird compliment, by the way, that they thought that, yeah, for an hour, I just off the top of my head.
And they want to know did that actually happen?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that kind of blows my mind. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do this if that hadn't happened. I don't have access to the information to create all of that. Like I wouldn't know the nuances of the things. Like it has to be, so it's all real. And I think that surprises people sometimes.
Well, and you have because it's a real story, you've got the bones of it, but how bonkers would that be? Out of all of the things you could create out of thin air, you created that story.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, right.
I know
it's crazy.
I know you're going out and doing a lot of shows with Jerry, and you're doing. I assume you're doing arenas with Nate Bargatze. Is that how do you adapt to that? I know it's not your first rodeo, but that is a different environment.
For sure, it's a different environment. It's really fun and interesting to have a different environment. It's like the arenas the theaters are different, the arenas are different, and the arenas in the round especially are different, which is the way Nate's doing it. So you have to rotate, and you have people behind you, and you have to play to the cameras. They have like 4 cameras, and you learn that like hitting the punchline with a camera, you get an extra pop. And so there's a lot of things to be aware of. But even comedians ask this question all the time, like, how do you? And what I realized is that as comedians, what we do every night is adapting. Like every night we're adapting to a different audience, a different room. We're in a bar with 12 people. We're in a comedy club that's sold out. We're at a corporate event. We're on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And this is just the same. And the first time you do it, you're 3 minutes in, you go, I got it. I know how to do this. Like, because that's all we do is adapt, so it's just another adaptation.
Yeah, it's just one more variable, because you're like, take all the things you're used to and add jumbotrons, and then you figure that out.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, because I think about like when I talked to Sebastian Maniscalco about it, obviously he's been doing arenas, but he's so physical that when he's doing it in the round, he's going to be moving anyway. But for somebody who's not, like, you're not gesticulating on stage and stuff, so there probably has to be in your brain a bit more of a calculation as to where to be and when to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it is important. You got to, Jerry's always like, we use every tool in the toolbox. So if you're moving around, whatever you got the camera, you got the stool, you got the microphone, you got your body, like, use it all and figure out how to use it in that environment. So, yeah.
Where did you shoot? It Just Hit Me? This Just Hit Me? Where did you shoot it?
Seattle,
okay.
a venue called the Neptune Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
it was
It's great.
was it a culmination? How did you know when it was it's a silly question to ask, but how did you know when it was kind of ready? Or did you have a date and you're like, it's got to be ready by then?
It's not a silly question. It was actually interesting because, I was kind of ready to go before COVID, and then all this happened, and then I was like, we got to change the act and put this new material in, and then I was having trouble getting it sold and getting it out there. So I was kind of ready to go for a while, and just sitting on it. And then we got this opportunity. Eventually, finally, Nateland came out of nowhere and was like, we want to produce this. And I said, well, I'm going to produce it and try and sell it. And then they said, let's sell it. And so they took it to Netflix and were able to sell it when I couldn't.
Wow.
And that's how it all came about. And then we chose a date. And then I was like, okay, now I really got to figure out. And then I took considerations. I actually flipped it. I had the bus stuff at the end. And once we had the date, I realized I want people to see the bus stuff. And you hear from comedians going, put the important stuff at the beginning. This is kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like you hope that people watch the whole special, but they may not. So you kind of want to front load it. So I changed the entire order, which was also a big puzzle to figure out. And that took some time.
Yeah, because for the longest time, the standard operating procedure was you put your killer bit as your closer. And now you got to hook people in. So it's all, like you said, you got to come out guns blazing.
Exactly. It's like a different consideration. The idea is to like hold people as long as you can, rather than like kill and want for more. I mean, you want to do both, but there's this, you got to really hook them fast and then hold them.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to do.
Well, it's all in a weird way. It's like life kind of gave you a classic bit. I think of like Gaffigan with the Hot Pocket. I mean, got to the point where Gaffigan, like the audience would do the Hot Pocket joke with him, and that makes it less fun to do, And or like Larry Miller's hour-long skiing story that I was talking about before, or whatever. This kind of I was going to say fell in your lap. That's phrasing, but it's a great hour. It's a great bit.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. I know that and I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
I see that you and Jerry are doing a couple of dates in Portugal. Have you played there before? I'm always curious how that kind of stuff goes overseas.
Yeah, I had never played there before. I've done some stuff in Europe and Scandinavia, London a few times. We'll see. This is a comedy festival, from what I understand. It's Jerry's date. I just was thrilled to get the offer and happy to go along. But it's interesting. Comedy's becoming so popular internationally that comedians are now going places you never would have thought they could go.
Yeah.
And I think it will be great. The experiences that I've had in places where I thought, will this work? It's always been great. I mean, they're first of all very grateful that you came.
Sure.
And they're just so happy to get exposed to it. So it's interesting. Yeah, it should be fun.
Well, I'm going to be home in Chicago this fall when you and Jerry are doing the Chicago Theater, so I'm going to come to one of those.
Yeah, I would love that. Those are going to be killer shows. Yeah,
it's a
those
great
will be
theater,
fun.
and it's super fun.
Yeah.
Ryan Hamilton's
Yeah.
new hour on Netflix is front to back. It's a killer. It's called This Just Hit Me. It is Chef's Kiss for a title for the new Netflix special there. You can go to RyanHamiltonLife.com to see where he's going to be. He's all over the place. A lot of them on his own, some with Jerry, some with Nate. But funny in any capacity, man. And good luck. I hope a lot of people watch this because it's dynamite. And I'm so happy for you to have it over there on the Big Red End. So thank you, man. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. That means a lot, Alan. I really appreciate it. It's great to talk to you.
We'll talk to you again next time,
Thanks,
man.
More than 6 but fewer than 10 minutes with somebody on the phone.
All right. A Cleveland Orchestra is performing the music of Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets. It's a couple of weeks away. It's a Sunday out at Blossom. It's July the 12th. If you want to go, I got a 4-pack of tickets for you. You can see the full lineup of the Cleveland Orchestra's film concert series. It's not just Harry Potter they're doing. If you go to clevelandorchestra.com, you get the information there. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you'll be doing the John Williams score, Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets, on July the 12th out at Blossom. Caller 10, these are yours. You get the 4-pack here. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show, 100.7 WMMS. Rover's Morning Glory.
Andy writes, it seems like you guys have been on this short shorts kick. Chubby's shorts are a little too expensive for my budget. I wanted to know if you could rate the short shorts that I made myself. Can you rate these shorts, Jeffrey?
Look right there at the picture on RMG TV.
I guess you did a pretty good job. It looks like he cut them from a pair of just ordinary jeans.
Ah, so he made some jorts.
Yeah,
some
like short shorts, you might say.
Okay, so you like this.
Yeah, he's got a sack hanging out too.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Metro Health Primary Care. Not just a doctor, your doctor.
At Giant Eagle, fresh is their thing. Every week, you can enjoy a fresh batch of savings on your favorite items throughout the store. So here's what's on sale this week. Red cherries, select varieties, $2.50 per pound. And chicken breast and spare ribs, $2.50 a pound as well. Be sure to check out the weekly ad at gianteagle.com for even more great weekly savings. And don't forget to scan your MyPerks loyalty card to earn perks toward fuel savings. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Price is valid through July 1st. Must scan card, subject to availability. See store for details.
The Nissan Rogue. Pack it. Push it. Rev it. Rip it. Test it. Trust it. Drive it. It can take it. The 2026 Nissan Rogue. Built for all the noisy, crazy, happy chaos you can throw at it. Nissan. #1 in new vehicle quality. For JD Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
American Fireworks, serving Northeast Ohio since 1902, has 2 superstores in Cleveland and Hudson. Visit AmericanFireworks.com for specials, locations, and 30 top brands. We accept competitors' coupons. Celebrate America's 250th this 4th of July with American Fireworks.
Water, fire, wind, mold. When disaster strikes your home or business, Paul Davis is your best friend on your worst day. Why? Because Paul Davis handles everything quickly and seamlessly, from cleanup to recovery to reconstruction. For commercial and residential property damage and restoration, choose Paul Davis, the professionals that have served Northeastern Ohio for over 30 years. Paul Davis, we are your best friend on your worst day. Call us today at 440-834-1155 or visit us at restorationcleveland.com.
Uber and Lyft drivers. Driverless cars are coming. Will drivers be replaced, or will drivers own what comes next? Fair Co-op helps drivers earn up to 90% and gives out 25% of net profits from each ride for referrals. For life. Be a leader, the first in your city. Help build the movement. The drivers who lead now can help shape the next generation of rideshare. Fair Co-op, official partner of iHeartRadio. Download the app now at fair.coop/iHeart. That's FARE.coop/iHeart.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Gail?
When I retired, I just let all my taxes pile up. I had gotten many threatening letters. The one that said they were going to try and take my property was probably the scariest. When I found out that I owed close to $300,000, I was in total shock. It was a bad situation. I didn't know what to do.
Then Gail found tax relief advocates.
When TRA told me I was only going to owe $368, I just was in total disbelief.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Gail did and call TRA for a consultation.
I was so blessed with TRA.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-909-7224. 800-909-7224. That's 800-909-7224.
What a play by Mazzana! What a smash by Kyle Manzardo!
There's nothing like a summer Friday at the ballpark. The Guards face the White Sox on July 3rd. Start your holiday weekend with Sugardale Dollar Dogs and $2 Miller Lite pregame. Then stick around for a Phantom Fireworks show presented by Wayside Furniture. Plus, 10,000 fans will score a new t-shirt thanks to Phantom Fireworks. Don't miss it. Get your tickets
is focused.
It's going to be a challenging game. On top of that, World Cup, knockout game, it's not something we're going to take lightly.
Wednesday's match in Santa Clara is set for 8 o'clock Eastern. Among the matches today, Germany against Paraguay and the Netherlands faces Morocco.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Soccer, cold beer, and wings. Catch every match on giant screens at BrewDog Cleveland. Enjoy wing specials and giveaways. Test your skills at tabletop soccer and enter to win a BrewDog patio cooler. Stop in for all the action at BrewDog Cleveland or reserve your table at usa.brewdog.com.
100.7 WMMS, Cleveland. The Alan Cox Show.
I've been listening to that horse shit of yours for months. And you can take that crap and blow it out your ass. And for good measure.
Call the Alan Cox Show. 216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
Everybody know it's rocket out time like Major Lazer, what is the time? Everybody know it's rocket out time. Major Lazer, what is the time?
Rob, you want to go see Major Lazer with me at the iHeartRadio? You don't?
No.
You don't dig on Major Lazer?
No, sir.
I didn't even know these guys were still around. Like, I like dance hall music and like raga artists and things like that. And Major Lazer has been around for probably 20 years or so. It's like Diplo, and maybe more people know Diplo. And then I saw them do the closing ceremonies for the Olympics. And I was like, oh, they're still around or they're back or whatever. And then I heard that they were, listen, these guys over the course of 20 years, they had kind of a glow up if you were into EDM, because it was just a few short years ago, Rob. They were only Captain Laser.
I was hoping that's where you were going.
Nevertheless, they're doing our iHeartRadio Music Festival, I think. I hit my older kids up because there's an EDM festival in Michigan. It's not far from the lake, and it's called Electric Forest. And usually they are at this thing. And this year, I don't think either. It was just this past weekend. It's in Rothbury, Michigan, which is on the west side of the state. So it's almost to the shores of Lake Michigan. And my son would go with some regularity. I'd be seeing photos of him all tripped out or whatever. And I was going to go one of these years. Never made it, though. Inclement weather, I think. I think the whole last day yesterday got rained out. But the weather there has been way worse before. But this year, there's a lot of people talking about Electric Forest because they found a dead newborn in a porta potty.
Oh, good.
So I guess that's where their line is. They're like, hey, we found a newborn in a porta potty. We're not going to shut it down. Bad weather. Time to shut it down, I guess. Rain and floods and whatever. Maybe you wouldn't put the word out if you found a baby in a porta potty, but they're trying to figure out who the mom is. So obviously there's a big investigation going on. Yesterday morning in the festival camping area, there was just somebody working there. There was just somebody working for one of the vendors who was using one of the porta potties, and they found a dead newborn there at Electric Forest.
And you're positive that dead newborn in a porta potty isn't just one of the EDM artists?
I double-checked that. It's funny you say that because I double-checked that. The dead newborn in a porta potty, not one of the artists.
All right. I just wanted to make sure before we made a mountain out of a molehill.
I'm picking up what you're laying down. That is a legitimate question because you never know. Napoleon's penis also not on the lineup this year either. So
maybe next year.
There's always next year. They know that here in Cleveland. So they called the Stadies in, and they said that they found the body of a, quote, neonate.
Oh, boy.
That is a newborn infant 4 weeks old or younger. So somebody gave birth at Electric Forest Carnival there, and yeah, the thing with EDM festivals is, like, I'm not averse to them. I like percussive music, but you really gotta plant your feet, boy, because it's very monotonous. You gotta really like that music. You gotta really be planning on spending the weekend, high as balls. They have no information to share at this point. But Electric Forest getting a lot of unwanted press in the immediate aftermath of it because of this. And so they're just asking for the public's help if they can. Hey, have you noticed anything weird? And again, it's not, you would have had to have known the girl and she would have had to have confided in you. It's not like you were in there with her when this happened. And so they're asking the public for information. But this year, my older kids were not there. And so they're talking to everybody associated with the festival to see if they have any information. So far, nothing. Hey, this robot juggalo has got to be AI, right? Is this fake? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
It's got to be fake. Except, listen, AI is pretty good. But if you pay attention, you can still suss it out. This looked like it was, I mean, there's a couple of frames where there's a person in it, but Robot Juggalo released in China. And I was like, this has got to be fake because it's probably like a comedy thing online or something.
Show me your butthole. Show me your butthole.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. It's got to be a goof.
It's got to be.
But I really, really hoped it wasn't. I'm like, first of all, this wouldn't be in China. Second of all, it wouldn't be in English. Now
it
again,
is exactly what a Juggalo robot would say, though.
Yep. Show me your butthole.
Right.
Have you ever stapled your sack to the inside of your leg? They moved the gathering. We've been talking about this from Ohio, where it's been for many years.
Show me your butthole.
Yeah.
Staple your ball sack.
They moved it to Missouri. And so you want to talk about tripping. There were probably some juggalos at Electric Forest. But, yeah. So I was like, golly, they got me for a half a second. I'm like, really hope that this is real. Now, what are the practical applications? That's what you have to ask yourself. That's when you can arrive at the fact that it's probably fake. What are the practical applications for a robot juggalo?
Well, it could be the Faygo opening.
Yes.
There's probably a lot of things it could do.
Juggalos be tripping, yo.
Was ICP here already? They were,
Yes.
weren't they? They were here on Friday.
Yep.
I didn't see a write-up on that. And I haven't heard from anybody who went. I went to the last one, didn't go to this one.
I have to assume it's going to be identical to the last write-up with more expensive tickets.
Yeah, it was May of last year, I think, was the last one. But
that was the one thing I saw online a lot was people were pissed at the ticket prices.
Of ICP?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that they address that. And usually what a band has to do is hit you with the reality of touring in 2026.
Right.
Which is like, hey, man, we hate it too. But, they've been around a long time, and they got to be like, guys, it's not, it's not 1996 anymore. So we don't like it either. But there's practically a monopoly on promoters now. And most of them are in bed with the venues, and there's only so much you can do. And it's a completely, it's your choice to go or not. So obviously the bands have to contend with people's perceptions of them. But I think if there's anyone who you could take their word that they're not trying to screw you, it's probably ICP. I mean,
I don't trust anybody anymore.
I know,
with
but that's
music,
been
dude.
like their whole thing for a long time. I mean, they're not Fugazi. Remember when Fugazi famously was like, it never charged more than $5 a ticket? And you're like, good luck with that. But yeah.
Fun while it lasted, Fugazi. That was fun.
Listen, I appreciate anybody who's kind of sticking to their, to whatever their ethic is.
Yeah, but you can't at a certain point.
Well, you can't at a certain point, and
or
that's
you
why
just stop touring.
That's right. You have to make the choice. And the ICP guy. Now, again, I don't know how much the tickets were.
I think they were like 3 times what they were the previous
Okay.
run. That's what I saw people posting. But again, I didn't try to buy
Yeah.
tickets. I have no idea.
Again, it's a completely voluntary decision on your part to go or not. You don't have to. You're not being mandated to go.
Yeah, my only comment to that was it's not like this isn't the Agora choosing to raise ticket prices.
No,
right?
it's
Like,
never the venue.
It's not the venue.
No. And a lot of times the bands, who was it? Tyson Ritter. I might have played it for you at the time, but Tyson Ritter fronts a band called All American Rejects. And this guy has always been just this side of problematic. But he was really breaking it down. Recently those guys were touring like people's backyards. Now, again, I don't know how, I guess you just get paid off of straight ticket sales or whatever. And I don't know how they promoted it. And a lot of people were kind of doing a deep dive on how that whole thing might work. But just the breakdown of these guys are like, if you're a touring band, you're going to lose money to tour. How does that make sense?
Yeah, but most
you
of
got
those...
into a band to get out there and play your music, and obviously everybody knows that you don't make money. It used to be you didn't make money touring. You made money selling records, and then you'd go tour on that album. Now it's the other way around. You don't make money on selling records unless you're Taylor Swift. You make money on touring and merch and all that. But they're like, with all the costs that go into it, you're losing money if you're touring.
But a ton of those guys aren't making money on any of it because they sign terrible 360 deals. So whether they tour or not, it's the label telling them whether they have to tour or not.
Yeah, I don't know if that's their situation, but there are artists who did that, yeah.
I mean, and there's lots of them. So like the opportunity for them to make any music at all is almost non-existent.
Did you see the
music
Aaron,
or money?
Did you see the Aaron Lewis thing?
Yeah. That guy's such a dope.
That's wild, though. Taylor Swift has a new song out. It's over the credits of Toy Story 5. I took my daughter to see Toy Story 5 yesterday.
How was it?
It's unbelievable. They hit every beat in those movies. I don't think I saw 4. I saw the first 3, and it's amazing how far that animation has come. You go back and watch that first Toy Story movie, and at the time, that was state of the art, right? Pixar, they hadn't really gotten the human faces down yet. Now it looks like that standard kind of Pixar vibe that they've been doing so well for so long now.
Sure.
But yeah, we went to that, and it was great. It was fantastic. A couple of new additions. Conan O'Brien does a voice now, and if you know who Greta Lee is, she does a main voice too. But it's all the people that you love. Don Rickles is gone, obviously, and so.
Well, didn't they reuse tape of him?
Not from what I heard.
Okay.
Mr. Potato Head only had a couple. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head are dead now. Because Mrs. was Estelle Harris. She was Estelle Costanza back in the day. She's passed. Don Rickles is gone. Only a couple of lines that I can recall from Mr. Potato Head, and it was not Don Rickles. Keanu Reeves, I think, showed up in the 4th one, but I didn't see the 4th one. Anyway, there's a Taylor Swift song. I think it's her first new one in a minute. That's over the end credits. It's called I Knew It, I Knew You. And Aaron Lewis of Stained and a recent convert to country music.
An overall giant douchebag.
Yeah, but again, now that he's a country guy, they run in similar circles, right? She still has a toe in that world. So there are photos of him and her hanging out. And so it's coincidental, I guess. Somebody had posted that they had gotten some Taylor Swift CD.
Yeah, merch.
And the packing material was a shredded copy of Aaron Lewis's album.
Yeah, the artwork.
Artwork for the album.
Yep.
It's not out yet.
Nope.
It's coming out.
Yep.
It's called Give Me My Country Back.
Of course it is. Yeah.
It's a little on the nose. Back from whom, Aaron? Anyway, and so he was like, oh, fun. Here's my unreleased album artwork shredded and used as packing material. Now, this feels like, with respect to him, this feels like something that is probably regularly done.
I would imagine.
And it just, right, if you've got artwork lying around and you're looking for packing material, somebody could ostensibly open up somebody else's and find another artist's.
Yeah. They made more than the 20 copies they're projecting to sell. So they just shredded up all the artwork that they know they're not going to sell and used it to package things that people actually want.
Well, it's a gamble, isn't it? I mean, we take our shots at the modern spate of country artists, but there's a perceived authenticity there that you do have to kind of you have to be able to lay claim to. And I think there are some artists who might like the way his music sounds, but they also might look at him like a carpetbagger. Darius Rucker had more than a couple of problems trying to establish himself as a country artist, but he did it. Aaron Lewis, I feel like, is having a tougher time. Like, you're getting booked on gigs, and you can get up there and be like, I want my country back, or whatever. And even people who like the music will look at you and be like, eh. But, he's getting a little bit of traction out of that.
And as far as the picture
but he's
goes,
met her. It's not like he's got anything against her. Like, they're both signed to that one label.
Well, it used to be.
Okay.
And the thing that you need to remember with Taylor Swift, there isn't a person in radio or records that doesn't have a picture with Taylor Swift at some point.
No, I don't.
So, well, I mean, if you worked in the format, you would have. Taylor Swift played my conference room when she was 16 years old in front of 3 people.
Oh, I remember we were in Independence. She played GAR.
Yeah.
But then the late, great Chuck Collier, who was handling that. And then, of course, in Denver, that guy tried to finger her coin slot.
Yep.
And
that's
he got
all right.
blown out. Yeah.
So my point to that is everybody has a picture with Taylor Swift. Just because there's a picture of him and her does not make them even remotely close to being buddy-buddy.
Yeah.
I was going through pictures today to post for my daughter's birthday, and I came across 2 on my phone that I've never posted. Because, again, I try not to post that stuff, right? Everybody has been involved in some form or another if you work that format with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Because she made herself so available.
Of course. She was radio-friendly because she was a country musician. That's what they do. Better than anyone.
Lewis's 10-song album, which has yet to be released, is called Give Me My Country Back, expressing frustration with the country's political direction and calls for a return to traditional American values. Of course, traditional American values never existed. But he is an artist, and he's taking artistic license with the concept of a country that used to be awesome and now isn't. Because you fish where the fish are, and that's where all the rubes are hanging out. But I think he's kind of seen as being an opportunist. And I guess it just depends on, do people care? Anyway, so he was kind of rage baiting people because he's like, I don't think it's malicious. I don't know, but it's weird.
Feels like it could be. Don't tread on me.
Yeah, but also if you haven't even, I would be a little bummed if you hadn't even put the record out yet, and you see that, you're like, oh, this thing's not even out there, man. It's not like it's been out there for 10 years, and they had some old copies lying around. So who knows? But if you thought that the whoever had Aaron Lewis and Taylor Swift in their Venn diagram being a circle today, there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I got Cedar Point passes for you if you want to go. And hey, who knows? Maybe you'll be on the ride longer than you'd planned. But that's just more bang for your buck. 4-pack of tickets for Cedar Point. 66 amazing rides. Live shows, immersive dining. What does that mean? You can jump in a bowl of soup?
Yes.
Signature summer events, the Cedar Point Shores Water Park. You can go in any direction and have a good time. It's not summer in the CLE without a trip to America's Roller Coast. CedarPoint.com will have all the details for you. You want to buy tickets. If you want to win them, grab this 4. I'm for you all week. Good luck. 2 pair for Cedar Point this summer. 216-578-1007 for caller 10 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show. On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play The Alan Cox Show on iHeartRadio. From the Mr. Hero
I crave a hero.
Weather Center.
WMMS weather.
Mostly clear overnight, a low of 74. Tomorrow afternoon through Thursday evening, there's an extreme heat warning. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 94. Heat index as high as 103. Then sunny and hot Wednesday with a high Wednesday, 97.
This report is sponsored by Put-in Bay Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. This is your ferry captain speaking. We've departed to Put-in Bay. Visit museums, caves, and nature trails. Try golf, fishing, or fly in a biplane. Finally, sit down for great food, beer, and wine. Plan your next everyday island getaway today at visitputinbay.com.
Time for a new AC?
Just call sales! Just call sales!
My obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy kept me from baseball games with my boys. The stairs were too much.
Of course he stays calm when someone steals his stuff from the company fridge. He needs that energy for when he poops in their gas tank. Alan Cox on 100.7 WMMS.
I saw Gary Newman probably 2-3 years ago. The one time I'd ever seen him. He was on the road with Ministry. I went to see Ministry and Frontline Assembly. And Gary Newman was opening because he's like a god to those early industrial guys. And he was in a band prior to being solo. And Al Jorgensen and the Ministry guys loved that early band. I forget what it was called. But anyway, Gary Newman is, how old is he now? He's old. He's still rocking the jet black shag. But a bit of clickbait on Gary Newman. He said that the way that he met his fan-turned-wife might be illegal these days. You go, oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Now they neglect to tell you that he and his wife have been married for like 30, 40 years or something like that. But he was giving an interview to the Irish Times or something, and he met his wife at a fan event when he was 22, and she was 12.
Whoops.
And now, they didn't do anything, Rob. Wink, wink. It was a different time. His wife said that, as it so happened, she ran into him again when she was 18.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
What
good.
luck would
Golly,
have it.
Miss Molly. And he was 28, and she was a massive, massive fan of Gary Newman. They were 10 years apart, which obviously is quite salacious when you're very young. But now it wouldn't even raise any eyebrows. But he said that once she turned 18, he asked for her phone number. And she didn't believe it when he called her because she was such a big, big fan and didn't believe that it was the real Gary Newman. But
had he already released Short People at that point?
Rob, you're thinking of Randy Newman?
Oh, it's not the same. Yeah, that's
Randy
exactly.
Newman, yes.
The Toy Story
Speaking
song?
of Toy Story, you got a friend in me.
Not the same guy?
No, that was Randy Newman.
Oh.
Surname spelled Newman, whereas Gary Newman spelled N-U-M-A-N.
So the popcorn
More
guy.
kind of early aughts. I'm sorry?
The popcorn guy.
No, that's Orville Redenbacher.
No, the
is
other
who you're
one.
thinking of.
No, Newman. Newman's Own.
Oh,
Randy
Paolo
Newman's Own?
Paolo Newman is who you're
Gary
thinking of.
Newman's Own.
Gary Newman is a musician. He is not the popcorn guy.
Oh, all right.
I don't even know if Paul Newman's a popcorn guy anymore. But anyway, Gary Newman's entree to this was this girl who would later become his wife. Her mom died when she was young, and he called to send his condolences. So anyway, whatever. They've been married a long time. They've got grown children. But they did meet for the very first time when she was 12 and he was 22. They wisely don't have any photos of that time in their lives. But, they're still together. I don't even know if that constitutes, you see a lot of memes and stuff on age gap relationships. A lot of conversations about age gap relationships. And I wonder, that means very different things to different people. Some people think that, a few years is an age gap. I don't even think 10 is an age gap because you can still be in the same generation and be 10 years apart. But anyway, to his point, they were like, how did you, eventually you're going to get asked, how did you and your wife meet? Well, she was 12 and I was 22.
Which version of the story would you like, mate?
But they've got 3 grown girls. They've been married a long, long time. So it'd be wild if, like, your dad, obviously, if you grow up and your dad's a rock star, you have a different perception of things. Things aren't going to, things that other people would find weird, you're not going to find weird. When your dad is 70 and he's got, like, a jet black mod cut, that's not weird.
It might be a little weird still.
Their daughters Persia, Raven, and Echo. So, yeah, anyway, Gary Newman back in the news. Hey, is it Milan?
Hey, how you doing?
How are you, man?
Oh, not bad, not bad. I was thinking, I was at the ICP concert, and I got to complain about the tickets. They cost a lot of money, especially when you get them for free from WMMS.
Yeah. Are you the one that sent me the pictures? That's not you.
No, I can send you pictures. I just didn't want to
No, that's fine. Somebody else sent me a bunch of pictures I'll show in the live stream here that look like they had a great time. You had a good time, Milan?
Yeah, I had a good time. I didn't want to do any research on what they're about. I always listen to Pantera, Misfits, Sepultura. I used to listen, but no one that I knew got into it. The one time we went to see the Misfits at the Odeon back in the 90s, up the street from Peabody, down the street from Peabody, you saw a bunch of jugglers walking up the street. That's the first time I heard of ICP. But what I was going to ask you is this. How long, back in the day, I mean, the concerts, man, it's like, how long do you think a headlining band is supposed to play for? I'm just curious, because I'm in the middle ages here, man,
Well, I mean, I think if you get an hour 20 or 90 minutes from a headlining band, people are pretty happy.
Okay, well, that's what it used to be, because, I mean, this was 50 minutes. That's just...
You're talking about for ICP?
For ICP.
Right.
Yeah, but also I think the time constraint on a show like that, and again, I don't think anybody would be mad, but the thing with ICP is they have like 9 openers. They got some rap kid from Toledo you've never heard of. I mean, they're always trying to give those young bucks a leg up too. But an ICP show, I mean, last time I saw them, you're sitting through half a dozen openers, and then ICP comes out and everybody's happy. But yeah, I think if you're talking headlining band and 1 opener or 2 openers, you're going to talk hour 20 for the headline. I mean, Foo Fighters are coming to the football stadium in August, and they'll probably do over 2 hours.
I mean, like I said, it was just kind of quick.
They ran out of Faygo.
It was a cool crowd, like middle-aged people, there weren't too many kids. I was a little afraid to be like little kids bumping into me and stuff. No, it was a great crowd, nice, decent share of women. It was really cool. I met a lot of people. I appreciate you guys. I don't know if you care about Pennywise. They just announced that they're coming. I saw them back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. The Red Pop, they weren't like catapulting, infants, out of a cannon.
Yeah, you're gonna get sticky at the ICP show, Milan.
I was way in the back, so
yeah.
I mean, I hope I see you guys. I hope. Thanks a lot, and I hope that maybe one of these days, I go hang around here in Parma and stuff. I'll bump into you guys. I stopped drinking after 25 years, so I was bone sober this time. The last time I was at a concert, it was at that thing where a lot of people went to go see Gary Newman. Is that his name? Paul Newman, Gary Newman?
Gary Newman, yeah.
Before Al Jorgensen, but I was there for Jorgensen, so I don't know.
Well, I'm glad we could get you to ICP, Milan. Did you replace alcohol with something else?
Yeah, I started drinking a Coca-Cola Cherry Float. I was doing 12 of those a day.
That makes sense. Gotcha. So your brain was on fire for a while.
Yeah, so yeah. I have to go back to drinking water. I got to fit in these skinny jeans over here, So
yeah, you go to these shows, you want to show up looking like Gary Newman, man.
Oh yeah,
stay skinny. All right, thank you, Milan.
Hey, thanks. Thank you guys.
Imagine you quit drinking. First concert you go to is ICP.
Juggalos be tripping, yo.
What the hell did I stop for? These are the people I need to contend with?
Brandon. See, there are a lot of kids at ICP shows, too. Maybe he didn't see them, but there are a lot of people who bring their kids. Brandon won ICP tickets from us. My daughter got about 8 feet from the stage, got to meet Shaggy 2 Dope after the show, and
thrilled.
She got her Faygo bottle signed. I'll show you some photos here if you're watching the live stream of Brandon at the show there. With his kid. They're down on the floor there. Both got their faces painted. And you can see all the wedges and the sound equipment on the stage covered in plastic. Ain't going to be no tarps off for that show because they're going to get sprayed with Faygo. Outside there, right? He's kind of got the, not so much Juggalo makeup, more of like an Art the Clown vibe going on there. There's the daughter. Some of the makeup has come off, but she got her Faygo 2-liter signed by ICP. And if you're all made up, people are going to want to take photos with you.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah, there's always kids at the ICP shows. What I think is funny is, because, listen, stylistically, if you're a kid, you'd be like, oh, it's a band of clowns. And then the lyrics kick in. You're like, oh.
Was that Shaggy too dope in that picture?
I don't know.
The guy in the red hat?
Probably.
Looked like if you ordered Jack White from Wish.
Like if you took the makeup off?
Well, no, there was a guy in a picture with them in a red hat. I'm a little behind on the.
Oh, I see.
On the stream, one of the pictures you showed was a guy in a red hat, that kind of sideways. It looked like Jack White.
Well, let me see. Maybe I'd have to go back and look.
That guy.
What guy?
I don't know. I'm looking at it.
Oh,
right.
the one that with no makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably. Maybe if he sent me that
wearing
photo.
a Wacko the Kid T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, Wacko the Kid. That was one of the openers I saw when they were at the Agora last time. Not to be confused with Wacko the Man. No, I think that is Wacko the Kid, actually.
Oh, that guy?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Anywho, glad that Milan and Brandon and his kid could get to ICP.
Yeah, the guy in the chat says that is Wacko the Kid.
Yeah, Wacko the Kid. He was.
Yeah, he looks like if you ordered Jack White on Wish. Like you got like the rip-off
Temu
version
Jack
of
White.
it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Hey, Jake.
Hey, what's up, partner?
What up?
So I'm calling in reference to, I was just in the shower listening to a little bit of Friday's show, talking about people moving for climate change to the Cleveland area.
Yeah. Well,
And
now
I
it's
just
now
wanna
it's
throw a
financial,
little-
but eventually it will be climate. Yes.
I hear you. So I'm 32 now. So when I was 18, I had a little bit of angst growing up here. I'm like, man, when I make some money, I'm gonna move back out to I'm gonna move out to California, make my life there. And this guy, he's like a hippie stoner, father of 4 young kids. He goes, man, I'll tell you what's great about Ohio. We're at the top of the food chain here. We ain't got no bears, scorpions, snakes, spiders that'll kill you. We ain't got no lions, bears. And I go, that's not so bad.
Yeah, but we're at
We
the
got
top.
no fire,
We're at the top of the food chain
hurricane.
anywhere. We are the apex predator, Jake.
Okay, yes, but at the same time, I mean, you go to a place like Arizona.
No, I
everything's
take your
trying to
point. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm being cheeky. No, Florida. I say it all the time. Everything in Florida is trying to kill you. The people, the weather, the animals. There are bears in Ohio, however. So there are bears, and you have to. You got to keep your head on a swivel. You can't leave your picnic baskets open willy nilly, Jake.
Or your tiny dogs.
Or you can't leave your tiny dogs open either. It'd be gross.
Well.
So Jake, did you ever go west, young man?
I made it to Colorado for about a week once. That's about it.
Wait a second. You were headed to California and you made it to Colorado?
No. I gave up on that dream of California.
Oh,
long
I
ago.
see.
Went to visit my mom out in Colorado for a week once.
And realized that was far enough west.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told her, I said, can we go to that mountain outside your window? She said, that mountain's 2 hours away.
I was going to say it's way farther than you think that it is. Yeah. Where in Colorado is she?
Up near all of the cattle blood ponds, like an hour north of Denver.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a great spot. So the furthest west you've gone is Colorado.
As an adult, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah, however, people moving to the Midwest, there is a lot to offer here. However, they can stay where they're at because we don't necessarily need them here.
well, tell that to the snowbirds when they go down to Florida for the season.
I hear you,
but
bro.
yeah. Listen, there's always been a lot to offer in the Midwest. It's just that there's more places, Cleveland in particular, because that's what that Good Morning America thing that I aired last week was focused on. There's a lot more going on here than there was even a decade ago. So,
For one thing, I hear that there is an Alan Cox Show cruise coming up soon. So that's
Hey,
going on.
nice
This guy,
work.
Jake,
Well
with
done.
the unsolicited promo. Yeah, Captain Fun's floating fandango will set sail for 2026, Jake. We'll be talking about it soon.
Absolutely. I can't wait. Hey, Clit Rattler and
Gladys.
Matt Clitler. Keep doing a great job. Oh, Gladys and dudes, keep doing a great job.
Yeah. Thank you, Jake.
All right, bye.
All right. Wow, Rob. He's already heard it through the proverbial grapevine that Captain Fun's floating fandango is coming back.
I think towards the end of that call, I think I know who he is. I think
really?
Yeah, I think that dude's been
Was he doing
a
a
few of our
bit?
gig. No.
Okay.
I just think I recognized his voice, and I think I put it to the right guy.
All right. Well, good.
Comes out to our stuff every once in a while. Good dude.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jake. Hey, by the way, I did want to mention something here before I go to a break, and it is sad. I do like to hear when our bureau chiefs relocate. You know, they're not required to tell me, but they often do. And one of our bureau chiefs, Rob, has relocated off of this earthly coil.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Tim, with 2 M's. He was our bureau chief back in the day. He was in France. He was teaching English in France. He bounced around a lot. Tim was in Metz, France, M-E-T-Z. And I was informed that his family was kind enough to send me an email that Tim has passed away. He had, his name was Tim Falkovich, maybe? There's an F and an I and a J in quick succession. Passed away from brain cancer last week. So condolences to his family. He had been back here for a minute. He wasn't somebody who had apprised me of his relocation, but that's perfectly fine. When he started listening to shows many years ago, and he was a bureau chief in France. He was teaching English at a culinary school, and then he came back and he got some advanced degrees at Kent State. He had gone to Michigan State University. My older kids both went there. He got a master's in economics. So he was a very accomplished guy, and he ended up getting married, and he had a couple of kids, and so very, very sad. But I hadn't heard. Obviously, I don't hear from all of our bureau chiefs, you know, but his family hit me up to let me know that he had passed away, and how excited he always was when we would kind of randomly name drop him as one of our European bureau chiefs, and he had always had a lot of fun listening to the program. So I can easily say that it's not often that we lose one of our bureau chiefs, but he had been back here for a minute, and so. Condolences to his family. Falkovich. I hope I'm not slaughtering that name. I don't know. But and I appreciate them hitting me up. But a bureau chief down, Rob. Terrible. What are you going to do? I got to take a break here. 35192. Want to send me a text? You can watch the show on our YouTube channel. You can listen on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.
100.7 WMMS.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Andy writes, it seems like you guys have been on this short shorts kick. Chubby's shorts are a little too expensive for my budget. I wanted to know if you could rate the short shorts that I made myself. Can you rate these shorts, Jeffrey?
Look right there at the picture on RMG TV.
I guess you did a pretty good job. It looks like he cut them from a pair of just ordinary jeans.
Ah, so he made some jorts.
Yeah,
some
like short shorts, you might say.
Okay, so you like this.
Yeah, he's got a sack hanging out too.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
This is the time of year to get home improvements done. Mike Snyder for Pella. I'm thankful every day for the Pella windows and doors in our house. And if you've gone through a winter of cold air leaking in, you know what's next, the hot, humid air of summer. Get your home right. Talk to a Pella consultant and get the right fit for your home. And how about this amazing offer? This month, take 15% off Pella products or no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months, plus an additional $500 off your project. Call 877-98-PELLA or visit PellaCleveland.com.
Celebrate Independence Day with baseball and fireworks at Progressive Field. The Guardians battle the White Sox on Saturday, July 4th at 7:10. 15,000 fans will receive a patriotic cap thanks to Car Parts Warehouse. Plus, enjoy $2 Miller Lite pregame and postgame Phantom fireworks presented by Nestle. Get tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
Celebrate 4th of July savings happening now at the Home Depot with select appliances starting at $398. Plus, get free delivery on appliance purchases of $398 or more, no membership required. Get a Whirlpool fridge with Easy Reach Zone to keep tall items organized and accessible. And upgrade to a washer-dryer tower with UV clean technology to reduce bacteria in the wash without fading fabrics. Shop top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Offer valid June 17th to July 8th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks while protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. I'll always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
The Nissan Rogue. Pack it. Push it. Rev it. Rip it. Test it. Trust it. Drive it. It can take it. The 2026 Nissan Rogue. Built for all the noisy, crazy, happy chaos you can throw at it. Nissan. #1 in new vehicle quality. For JD Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of American independence. The Great American State Fair becomes the center of it all. All 50 states, a national prayer moment. And that night, the largest fireworks display in the history of the world. There's never been a July 4th like this one. There never will be again. Plan your trip at freedom250.org. Freedom 250, the Great American State Fair, July 4th.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some
Radio station. Guaranteed human. Call the Alan Cox Show.
Because he's my best friend, he's my pal, he's my homeboy, my rotten soldier, he's my sweet cheese, my good time boy.
216-578-1007 or 1-800-348-1007.
$35192 to text. Guardians baseball tonight. Weekend series against the Mariners. Seattle only takes 1 of 3 there. Guardians start up tonight against the Tejas Rangers. That's a 7 o'clock start. Sorry, 7:10. So 6:40-ish will be your pregame coverage. 4 games this holiday weekend when the White Sox come to town. It'll be a hot week, too.
I can't find anything online for this White Sox thing you keep mentioning. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Rob, go to the Guardians weekend schedule and the team that they're playing.
It says they're playing Chicago. The Cubs,
team
right?
with whom they are tied for first in the division.
I don't understand. White Sox are where? Where are they from?
They're the Chicago White Sox.
I thought they were the Cubs were Chicago.
They are also
there's another
Major
team?
League Baseball
There's
team.
2 in Chicago?
Yes, I understand the confusion.
Does anybody in Chicago know?
Most cities don't have 2 Major League Baseball teams, Rob.
I don't think Chicago knows.
I think well, I know, and I'm who matters in this situation. If it's good enough for White Sox legend Jim Thome to take a job there in the front office as the pride of Peoria, Illinois, if it's good enough for Miguel Vargas
I'll read up on these
and
guys.
Colson Montgomery, Rob, thank you very much. They are the South Side team. The Cubs, the North Side team. And much easier and cooler to root for. There are no stakes in being a Cubs fan. Whether or not they stink, people are still walking around with that dumb cap with the C on it.
It's a good logo. That bear logo is pretty good.
Whatever. Yeah, but it's the one with a C. Walking around.
What is it? I'm sorry. The Cubs little picture.
Yeah, the little bear cub.
Yeah, not their logo, the little picture. Yeah. That's what they call the logo, right, Jess?
Yeah. My son is getting a new apartment. He lives in Chicago now, but he's kind of moving a little bit north, he and his roommate, and they're going to live like a few blocks from Wrigley Field.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
I mean, it used to be. That neighborhood around Wrigley Field, boy, they Disney-fied that thing within the past 10 years. So,
have they really?
Yeah, I don't want to be like that guy, but the neighborhood used to have kind of a lot more zhuzh to it until they turned Wrigley Field into an amusement park, right?
More zhuzh? Do you mean from a like being a local perspective?
Yeah, it was just more kind of neighborhoody. I mean, there was a high rise. Now, again, I don't want to oversell it. I mean, there were large portions of it that were kind of in minor disrepair. But you take the rough with the smooth.
I've never been, so I don't. I've never even stepped foot in the city of Chicago.
I mean, listen, it's a crowd pleaser. I mean, the area around Wrigley Field now, it's all. There's these residential high rises going around it, and there's these like outdoor atria now that are where they show movies in the summertime, and the kids come, and so it's not like people are mad at it.
Is it just?
It's just a very different vibe. It used to
younger?
be. Huh?
You think the younger nature of it is that what's making it? Like you're saying, there's all these the high rises and parks.
Yeah. Families. Yeah, residential high rises are not the, not the rarity there that they are here. So
sure.
It's.
So it's like a lot of those.
So there's admittedly more stuff going on in the neighborhood if you're a Cubs fan than if you're a White Sox fan. You're taking the train to Sox Park. You're going to the game. You might be doing stuff inside the park, and then you're getting the hell back on the train, and you're going back whence you came.
Because it ain't great down there, right?
It's better than it used to be, but that's not saying much.
So Wrigley's.
I'm sorry?
In Wrigleyville? I wouldn't walk down there.
Down where?
In Wrigleyville.
Where? Oh, yeah, you live there. Where did you live?
I lived in Noble Square.
Oh, well, okay,
Eckerd
yeah.
Park.
Yeah, no, I think that's closer, or my son, because my son lives in He lives in Logan Square now.
Oh, Logan Square.
Yeah. No, he's moving to where the Sheridan L stop is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's moving right there.
Oh.
Like across from Graceland Cemetery.
Oh.
So that's a good spot. Holiday Club's gone now, which is a bummer. But, I mean, that's, he's going to be closer to did you ever go to Tunes? Jess and I are just going to talk Chicago for a minute, Rob. Did you ever go to Tunes on Southport? It's like Irving and Southport.
I don't think so.
Okay, that's where I told him that I said that should be your neighborhood bar, by the Music Box, and anyway.
Oh yeah.
But you lived there when Wrigley Field was all Disney-fied. What would you not walk around? I mean, you got to keep your head on the swivel anywhere.
I followed the little Facebook pages and stuff. Yeah, obviously you got to not look like a local, but.
But again, you used to be able to, if you knew somebody who lived in any of the brownstones along the outfield wall, you were golden. If you were a Cubs fan, you could get in their apartment, you could go up to the roof, you could watch the game pretty much for free, and then all those rooftops were sold pretty much to Budweiser. So they own all the rooftops now. So, and then they built up all this stuff. Listen, change is change. It's fine. It's not the end of the world, but it is a very different experience. I mean, Jesus, I was in college before the Cubs were even playing night games. They didn't have lights back in the day. They were only doing daytime games there. And so, yes, obviously a lot has changed. But it is a lot more, I don't know. There is no vibe like that at Sox Park. So the theory is, if you're a White Sox fan, it's because you love the team. If you go to Wrigley Field, it's you want the whole thing, and it's girls in pink Cubs jerseys. It's fine. I don't have any acrimony towards Cubs fans. But, Rob, to your initial question, White Sox are a venerable Chicago baseball team. And I might add, got themselves a World Series way before the Cubs did. But is anybody paying attention to that? No. I mean, White Sox legend Jim Thome is. His office is right next to the big trophy case there. Well, not big trophy case, but
a trophy case.
A trophy case that happens to have a World Series in it. A little closer to home, by the way, James Harden is haggling with the Cavs. Is this what you do when you know you're long in the tooth? You want to get as many years as you can? Because he declined his option. They had a 1-year option on James Harden with the Cavs for $42 million, and he turns it down because he wants to work with them on a longer deal.
Yep.
That's how you get more money?
Yeah, but
I mean, the guy's
deferred
pushing 40.
money, too. Yeah, they're going to push it out.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's not going to be – I think at this point in his career, he's not going to get this ridiculous long-term deal anywhere. You know what I mean? So I think he likes Cleveland based on everything he's saying. So you figure out how to keep him around for a couple of years and build a team around him and Donovan Mitchell. And do you try to get LeBron in, who's now starting to dangle the I want to play for the Warriors carrot? And I think everybody's sort of just trying to figure out what the next play is for the Cavs.
I had no idea that the Cavs had the highest payroll in the NBA last season.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Once with the Harden pickup, yeah.
So then, you think he wants to hang around because LeBron's probably going to come back?
I think these guys wholeheartedly believe that there's something special here, that they can win a championship in Cleveland. I think you're looking at a guy in James Harden that his opportunities to win a championship are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, especially the way he plays in the playoffs. Right? So you want to see, what is my best opportunity where I can make a good living and win a championship? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be the guy that hung around all those years, made it to the playoffs the majority of the years you were in the NBA, and never walk with a championship.
And kind of subpar in the postseason.
Correct. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy had a ridiculous amount of turnovers. I forget how many it was, but it was, high double digits.
Mm-hmm.
It's, unacceptable for an NBA player.
Everybody's talking about the Cavs with James Harden there, and, Hello.
Hello, Bill.
No, I'm sorry. Bill isn't here.
Hello, Bill.
I'm sorry. Bill isn't here.
Hello, Bill.
Hi, this is Bill.
Who is this?
Bill.
No, you already told me no, Bill.
Rob, this is Rob. My name is Rob. Yeah.
Rob, is it?
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Rob is Timothy Mozgov.
Oh my goodness, how are you, sir?
Formerly of Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, how you doing?
Not so you know, though.
Huh?
Not so you'd know with Cavaliers.
Well, I saw that there was this big reunion. Were you not a part of that?
You know I wasn't part of it.
I don't see every picture. I haven't talked to all of those players. I don't know exactly what went on.
Do you think I'd be calling if I'd been invited to tell you what a great time I had? The Cavaliers.
I just don't know. I had hoped maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's a great time. It's Mozgov love everybody. It's a good time.
So you're saying there was no phone call?
There was no phone call.
Oh man, that is.
Nobody wrote me letters. Nobody sent electronic mail.
That's pretty tough.
Nobody slid into my direct messages. Nothing, Rob. Rob, is it?
Yeah.
You know, you know this. I pride of St. Petersburg, down here in Florida, when I make my home, Rob.
That's where you are now?
Yes, that's where I am now, St. Petersburg in Florida. Rob, you know, sometimes Rob is a verb.
No, that's Rob.
Is it Rob?
Not rub. No.
No, Rob. Sometimes Rob is a verb.
No, rub.
Rob, like when you help team win and they don't invite you to a reunion. You're robbed of time with former teammates.
I was trying not to put you there. Rob is a funny. See, I was trying to divert your sadness from the not being involved in the reunion thing.
Good job, Rob.
I guess not.
Nailed it.
Sorry. Trying. We've never talked before. I'm a little nervous.
It's all right. I'm very famous.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not often.
Very tall and very white. That is what struck fear into the hearts of other players.
I mean, you're 7'1".
Big, tall, white guy.
7'1" is what you're listed as.
7'1". You know what else won? I won the championship with the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers, but nobody. I can't be too sad, Rob. Even I forgot I was on that team. So it's. My championship ring fell into a vat of my beet salsa, and I never found it. So.
I mean, if it helps, I also didn't realize you were on that team.
But I was.
No, I know. I'm just.
No one called me.
You don't hear it all the time that you were there.
I
heard that Kyrie was called, but he dissed them and then kind of reached out. And so maybe he heard that you weren't invited, and he was like, you know what? Screw them. I'm not going either. Maybe that's what it was. You guys boys?
Kyrie is my ride or die. I guess with Dellavedova, they already had their white guy.
Oh, so you think there just wasn't enough room in the bus for two white guys?
I mean, Kevin Love was there too, so maybe it wasn't because I'm tall and white and ready to fight.
Well, maybe, you know what? Maybe they were flying on PJs, and you're listed at 275 pounds, too. So maybe that just would have thrown off the weight balance. Maybe that would have been the problem.
I have pajamas, too. I don't know what that has to do with it. I could have worn my PJs. I would have showed up, Rob, and they would have had a good time.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help.
It's not helping, Rob.
No, evidently.
Where is Bill? He wasn't let go in a corporate-wide riff, was he?
He was, yeah. Not this most recent one. A couple back, you know. We do these like 5 times a year now.
Do you think he'll get the call for the Alan Cox Show reunion?
I think so. Do you know what he's doing now?
He's probably...
I don't mean at the moment. I mean what he's doing professionally.
Probably finger blasting in the gazebo.
In a gazebo? Potentially. That's
our last conversation.
A 50-50 chance that's what's happening. He went back to school. He's studying to be a lawyer.
I don't know what that is.
A lawyer.
I don't...
like in court, you know, they represent you if you do something wrong, or maybe he'll work on the opposite side.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I had one for all the Mozgov salsa food poisoning lawsuits. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lawyer. Right, you got it.
It was coming out of both ends. People that enjoyed my beet salsa.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
There were a lot of purple-stained buttholes.
Yeah, oh boy. You said beet salsa.
Beet salsa.
So like a borscht. salsa.
Shut up, Rob. It was beat salsa, right? You don't know the bit.
I'm trying. No, I don't.
I know, it's okay. Anyway, I was
Shut
just
up.
calling to tell you I'm a little upset.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to navigate through the waters here, Mozgov. I'm sorry.
I played for a lot of teams, Rob, and only one with Cavs.
Well, you went to the Lakers after that. That must have been something. Did you like L.A.?
I love L.A. Just like Randy Newman. From the east side to the west side.
Isn't that the guy that did that song Cars?
Yes.
And what about the Toy Story song too?
That's the Toy Story guy.
Yeah.
You know, I played with my ride or die Kyrie in Brooklyn too.
Yeah, the Nets. You did a year there after the Lakers.
Played for Nuggets with Melo.
Then you went overseas after that, right? You did a couple of years overseas.
I don't know. I blacked out a lot. I don't know. I forget that. Turns out that beat salsa ferments quite quickly.
Tell me more about that beat salsa.
It's not. No, I went bankrupt.
Oh.
That's why I'm so mad about the reunion. Anyhow, I feel like this has gone on too long. I was just checking in to let everybody know Mozgov's still thinking of you, even if you're not thinking of Mozgov. And I'll talk to you in another 8 years.
It was nice to meet you.
All right.
All right, take care. Be well. Boy, if there was ever a time for you not to step out.
I'm sorry?
If there was ever a time for you not to step out, that was the time. Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Did you see who called?
No.
It's Mozgov.
No.
Yeah, it would have been awesome for you to be able to, chime in on some of the stuff he was talking about. I had no idea the beat salsa. I had no idea what was going. He's asking for Bill. I'm like, Bill's not here. Kept saying, is Bill there? No. And then finally, I was just like, this is Bill. He's like, no, it isn't. Okay, well, what do you want me to do?
I know Brian's a big fan.
Of Mozgov?
Of Mozgov, yeah. He writes songs for him all the time.
Well, don't tell my anus, my achy breaky anus.
All right, that's Brian. That's not what anybody was trying to go for or anything. All right. Well, hey, listen. Inspirato comes from a variety of different sources, and you never know where it's coming from. Hey, Collective Soul, the pride of Atlanta, GA, are on the road again. I'm not sure who was opening for these guys. They kind of kept it under their hat. I know they had Edwin McCain doing some dates with them, and they had a variety of other acts from your 90s and early aughts. Nevertheless, they're here in a couple of weeks. Collective Soul, who are... I heard Corey Roddick talking about him. He's like, boy, you think you're going to go see Collective Soul and have a decent time? And he goes, it's just hit after hit after hit. These guys are dynamite. Northfield Park Racino, just a couple of weeks, Thursday, July 9, is when Collective Soul is back in Cleveland. Ticketmaster.com for the details. This pair of tickets for you. Be caller 10, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007. Another shot for you to grab some money on the way, $2,500. These keywords, your cut of our $250K that we're giving away this summer. That next keyword is coming up at 2:30.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show.
On iHeartRadio.
From the Universal Windows Direct Weather Center, WMMS Weather.
Mostly clear overnight, a low of 74. Tomorrow afternoon through Thursday evening, there's an extreme heat warning. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a high of 94. Heat